I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of
Good enough. There we go. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I originally had something to do for a cold start, but I forgot what it was.
Nice.
Well, we did all the stuff.
Well, if you
earlier.
remember halfway through, we can do a cold middle.
We'll just start over again. we're just gonna do a cold middle.
Tarantino this shit, you know.
We're gonna unlike my empanadas, we'll do a cold middle.
Those are friggin' hot pockets. The middle's lava, friggin' hot.
Yeah, so we're really good. I splashed I got a little meat on the desk. So cheers.
Cheers.
Damn,
cheers.
you filled that cup, didn't you?
I got it. Got my cup's worth.
Dink, motherfucker.
Yes,
there we
sir.
go. We got to start up the podcast, guys. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 89.
Another week, another podcast.
Yep, number 89.
We're getting there.
Yeah, initially I kind of wanted to start a new thing. So at 69, we did 69 questions. At the last second, Saturday, I thought that maybe we should do 89 questions for episode 89.
That's long. How about like 8 and then 9?
Well, you'd be surprised how fast you get through them because they're either ors, would you rather's, that kind of stuff. Like not like long.
Unless they're top 5s,
Yeah. Well, we need to do some top 5s sometime soon. We haven't done that yet. Like a proper top 5.
Yeah.
So either way, guys, I am Shoky, and this is, of course, Jeffy.
It's me.
Yes, he's learning how to engage the camera proper.
I don't like the camera.
And I forgot to.
Keeps looking at me.
Every single time I forget to hit the cut instead of fade. So now it goes boop, boop. Double cam. Fat cam.
Aye.
Shout out to the fat cam. So if you guys enjoy the fat cam, make sure you hit that like button on the fucking video. Also, wherever it is you might be watching podcasts and stuff like that, leave a rating, leave a comment. The only people who ever leaves comment on things is me.
And Dormammu.
Well, I mean, like on a podcast app. So not the YouTubes. Though, of course, if you want to subscribe to the channel, I won't say no. I like when people subscribe.
Hey, we'd love to hear from them. We'd love to read your comments, questions.
Indeed. So if you do have any questions, you can send those to NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com if you want to do a long diatribe of questions and or comments. Or if you want to tell me that I'm misogynist like these dipshits have this weekend, I'll explain that in a bit.
Please.
And other than that, you can do what Sean has done, and you can send in a voicemail or to our YouTube page. So if you're not following the Now You Made It Awkward YouTube, you should, because you can also listen to it there. Plus, I always post the new episodes. But, of course, if you want to get the full uncut video version of the podcast, where we had a little technical problem at the beginning, but you get a little surprise, even though the cameras aren't on.
It's been running 2 weeks in a row, man.
Yeah. So you can check out the Shoky Patreon. It's linked down below. And picked up two new supporters, which took them a week for some reason to tell me. It's weird.
Well, hey, at least you heard eventually.
Yes. So, of course, you can do that. You can also see all the Shoky stuff, where I'm reviewing things once I get back to it. Because there's a problem. I've had that door closed for like 3 weeks since we started doing all the renovations in here.
Yeah.
And there's stuff behind that door I need to be reviewing. So
well, you have a chair.
It's been out of sight, out of mind, and I've been good with that.
Right.
So actually, I made some progress this past week. As you can see, this is no longer full of boxes behind me.
Nope. But it's not full of lights either.
No, the lights are right here. Where's my there? The lights are there. I'm trying to do the thing. So the lights are there. I need to fill it up there, and now the Gundam boxes are down low where you can't see them behind me because trickery of the cameras. That's why you always zoom in slightly. So also, guys, you can follow my streaming channel. It doesn't have to make sense. I stream on Tuesdays and Fridays when I remember.
Yep.
Well,
when you remember.
Well, we actually took off Friday.
Usually some weekends, by the time I'm done with Monday and I get off work Tuesday morning, I'm beat. I'm ready to just do nothing but sleep all day.
Same. And knowing that we were going to have a very busy weekend.
Busier than usual. It wasn't bad. We hung out half the night.
Yeah. But work was an issue Saturday, but then had to prep food to come to hang out with y'all.
And then we some of the best hot dog buns you've ever had in your life.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So on top of that, what I was getting at was that we took off streaming Friday night to the dismay of many.
All
the
12 of them.
wall 15 people who watch it regularly. Guys, I'm sorry.
Sorry, you three.
But the wifey and I don't always get that much time just to hang out.
Right.
You know, we sit next to each other on the couch, but we don't always hang out. We don't really get to spend some quality time, as it be. Most of the time, she'll come home Friday nights. We eat dinner. I come in here. That's how it goes.
We've been doing a lot more hanging out this week. We had a tragedy at the farm, which we may get into later.
Yeah, well,
But,
definitely need to get into that because
My wife really needed, just to sit and make her laugh, hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
Saturday, she really benefited from being around everybody Saturday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But I did want to mention that we watched the Elvis movie, the one that came out either last year or year before.
Yeah.
And given that I know an Elvis impersonator now, who will hopefully come on the podcast sometime soon.
Please have him bring his microphone.
Why? I have one.
Whatever.
I have a third mic.
I want to hear the damn boy sing.
Okay, he can sing if he wants. I don't care. We'll put on music.
I don't
for
care
him.
if he wants to sing. He's going to
I'll-
sing.
I will. We will put up the extra wide cam, and then we'll have Jordan sing.
Fats cam.
The ultimate fats cam. So either way, so did watch the Elvis movie, and just a very quick review of that. I didn't know all that about Elvis's history and the shit with his manager, promoter. Didn't know any of that, and also is a very, very strange movie. Like, just the way it's made, very strange. And I think it's Baz Luhrmann, so it's already a weird...
Is that the director?
Yes.
Who they get to play Elvis?
The guy who played Fade Rafa.
Okay.
Rafa.
Really?
Yeah, same guy. Austin...
Creepy, white, crazy...
Yeah. What? It'll come to me. It's
Wow.
Austin. It's Austin something. I can't... Butler. So the funny part is you watch him play Elvis... So I saw Dune 2 first.
Yeah.
And then we watched Elvis, and I'm like, this no way it's the same fucking
Right.
dude. I was like, now when he's younger, when he's less...
They did such a good job in doing and dehumanizing him.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, he was like an otherworldly creature at that point.
Yeah.
Not just a spaceman, but like not human anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, like, especially when they were on Zeddy Prime or whatever...
I thought it was Getty Prime.
Spaghetti Prime. With everything being literally like black and white,
Yeah.
it really made him look monstrous and alien.
That was a good visual scene. Visually, it was fantastic.
Yeah. So I will say about the Elvis movie, it makes me hate Tom Hanks because he's the guy who plays his manager,
Okay.
the shitbag who fucking basically killed Elvis.
I don't know. The more I'm learning about some of those people in Hollywood, the more I'm starting to hate them anyway.
Agreed. So I just wanted to throw that out there just real quick, guys, and now we're going to get to whatever the hell Sean sent in this week.
Come on, Sean. Give us something good.
So originally...
if it's a top 5, we're going to yell at you.
Yeah, exactly. It's 30 seconds, so I don't know. So I did want to mention that there was floated back in the day when we were trying to find a way to get Sean back on the show without him being able to make recordings, was literally we're going to have like Sean's Corner where he either like sends in questions or comments and we just react to whatever it is he says.
Right.
So I think we sort of have made that happen. So,
Without further ado.
yeah, so let's see. All the buttons should be pressed properly, I think. I'm going to hit that button there. Make sure it's good.
So I was thinking about something, and I know that we all have our favorite cartoon from the 80s, maybe even the 90s, right?
Okay.
A lot of people that Shoky deals with, Transformers are probably their favorite, which is one of mine.
Shout out to Louie.
But what were the offshoot cartoons that you always watched on Saturday mornings or after school, whatever, before you got to the cartoon you wanted to watch? What were one of those that you actually look forward to?
Okay.
I got that off the top of my head.
All right, go ahead.
The Herculoids. Hanna-Barbera.
Oh.
Or Hanna's Barbaras. And the Herculoids was kind of like a He-Man ripoff.
Uh-huh.
But instead of a tiger, he had a big tank-looking rhino that shot pellets out of its horn. And they had this weird-looking gloop thing named Gleek. And they'd talk to him, and he'd answer, and he'd go...
That sounds familiar, but I don't know about the rest of it.
It's awesome. It was just a silly, simple cartoon, and it was fun. Because they had the spin-offs. Hanna's Barbaras
Sure.
made a lot of those cartoons just to sell toys that went with them.
Of course.
And the Herculoids toys were fantastic. They were very well made, very articulated, and so much detail, like on the rhino-looking thing and the other critters.
Sure. I will bring up pictures for everybody here watching, because I have no idea off the top of my head.
You don't? That was, I don't know. To me, it was an iconic...
I missed whatever the hell that was. So it is. I mean, I'm sure people have mentioned it before. I know the name, but I don't know offhand.
Then
Other
they had the big
cartoons.
giant rock monkey.
Excuse me.
Yeah, giant rock monkey.
Giant rock monkey.
The Herculoids.
That's a giant rock. I definitely never watched that. Never mind. I definitely never saw that shit. Okay.
It was great. These amorphous blobs, like
Yeah.
a giant flubber
Yeah.
that was sentient.
Okay. Makes sense. I'm tracking.
But they called it Gleek.
Yeah. You can set your phone right there.
No, if I set it near here, it will make noise.
No, you set it on the green thing. It will not.
Shut up.
You set it over there. It will. Right there. It will not. Over there, there's Power Rangers to be knocked over. I mean, the Megazord's threatening you as it is. Like anybody, you can't see it. Maybe on the wide cam.
Give me enough time. I'm going to drop every one of those.
Hold on, fat
motherfuckers.
cam. You can see the Megazord pointing the sword at Jeff because he keeps knocking.
I've
people
already
over.
taken these guys out.
Yeah, don't do it again.
And Shoki won't let me put them back up.
No,
He's like, no, they have to be right.
They do have to be right. That's why I haven't put them back up because I'm lazy. At least I admit it.
Next time you see them, they're going to be humping each other.
No, don't fuck with my figures. Either way, so for me, non-mainstream cartoons, I would say definitely when I was younger, the Ghostbusters, not the real Ghostbusters, but the Ghostbusters, that other spinoff, where it was like the two dudes and the gorilla.
Now, would you consider Gargoyles mainstream?
But we're talking about kids. We're talking, yes, 100%. That was a mainstream
Okay,
cartoon.
okay.
We're talking about when we were little.
What about Freakazoid?
Also, not when we were little.
Still a fantastic show.
Yeah,
Way ahead of
well,
its time.
Steven Spielberg. It makes sense.
Freakazoid came out now on Adult Swim. It would have been popular as hell.
Freakazoid was a spinoff of Animaniacs.
They were still funny as hell. They're in the sewer, and
I'm just pointing it out.
all I can remember is Freakazoid in the sewer going, "Ooh, smells like poo gas."
So this definitely got way better after warming up a little.
yeah,
So I would say that for sure. And then there was, I remember watching the Sonic cartoon, but there were two different Sonic cartoons running simultaneously, and they had nothing to do with each other.
really.
Yeah. So there was like the really high quality one that had like the badass theme song.
Where they were fighting Mr. Roboto and all that other stuff.
Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, or Eggman as he was known then. But then there was one that was significantly less quality, like looked like ass, and that one was on afternoons.
More of a story-based kids show.
It was more episodic, not story based.
Okay.
The main one, and I think the difference is like Sonic Adventures versus something.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I think it was just called Sonic the Hedgehog. But like I said, even like the visual quality was so stark, like it was ridiculous. One looked super kiddie, one like looked very serious, almost anime style. And then
Or an old spinoff was a Space Ghost.
Space Ghost with his own talk show.
No, Space Ghost the cartoon, not Space Ghost.
I know, but I
Coast
never
to Coast.
saw it.
Coast to Coast was great.
Yeah, well, Space Ghost came from the same era as like Johnny Quest and those other things like that. And the funny thing is, I was never into Johnny Quest when I was younger. I got into the continuation series. Did you ever see that?
No.
In the 90s?
All I remember is them being racist as hell, calling the Middle Eastern dude Haji,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is what we called every single one of them over there.
No, you were just kind of racist there.
No, everyone was racist.
Either way.
Everyone's a little bit racist.
Yes, but either way. No, but I never saw original Johnny Quest. I saw the continuation series, which happened in the 90s. They included CG because they went into the virtual world.
Oh, damn.
No, it's actually really good. And it was a legit continuation. So they talked about old adventures. They even had like some of the like family pictures were shots from the original cartoon,
Right.
that kind of stuff like that. Like the whole thing wasn't CG. It was only when they went into the VR world. So that was actually pretty cool. And Johnny was older. You know, he was like in his late teens and stuff like that. Same with Haji. Haji got stronger. And I think he sort of ditched his semi-magical powers.
Sim Salabim.
Yeah, I think he sort of got
I
away
can't
from
believe
that
I
stuff.
remembered that.
Yeah, Sim Salabim, and he had the jewel on his turban.
Yeah.
Yeah, super racist. Either way. And the dog Bandit, question mark?
I have a bandit.
Do a Google. See what Johnny Quest's dog's name was. I feel like it was Bandit, because he had a mask. If I recall correctly, it was like a little white French bulldog or something like that, and he had like a white mask on his face. Could be wrong. Might be unlocking core memories here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like Zero or some shit like that.
Bandit.
I was right. Ha! I was right. Maybe that's
Named
what,
because of his white and black markings,
Yes.
including markings resembling a black domino mask around
yes,
his
exactly.
eyes.
I was correct. I remembered this shit. This cartoon I did see.
What the hell is it? Is it a little Boston Terrier?
I think he's like either a Boston or a Frenchie. He's not very big.
It's a Frenchie.
He's got to be a Frenchie. Yeah.
Because I got a
I
bandit.
see. I 100% described that dog.
Because I got a bandit, American Staffordshire, but we named him Bandit because he was picked up
Yeah.
and brought home the day after Burt Reynolds passed away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And my son says, well, I've never seen Smokey and the Bandit. I said, well, we're going to fix that tonight.
I don't think Jessica's ever seen it.
Show her one, avoid two.
I mean, like I liked Smokey and the Bandit 2.
As well, or number two?
Number 2.
Okay.
Smokey and the Bandit 3, on the other hand, was total garbage.
That was an abomination.
That was the Snowman alone spin-off thing, where it wasn't even the same guy. It switched actors.
For real.
Yeah. I
Different
thought-
dog, everything.
Yeah. And changed everything to give him a different truck.
What, they
car.
took him out of the Peterbilt?
Well,
Stuck
because
him in
he was pretending to be...
Stuck him in a freight shaker?
Well, he was pretending to be Bandit in that. And he got all the way to the end after he got chased down, and what's-his-face was so fucking flustered by the end of it, and then he finally, quote-unquote, caught Bandit, that they actually did a Burt Reynolds cameo.
I got you, you sons of vicious.
Yeah, so if I recall correctly, because Burt Reynolds didn't want to come back to do it, or he was doing something else. I think he was filming Heat or something.
Yeah.
And if I recall correctly, at the end, he's literally so fucking out of it, he thinks he caught proper Bandit, and he sees Burt Reynolds talking to him in the car.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Snowman. Now, Smoking Bandit 3 was garbage. Don't get me wrong. 2 was so much fucking fun, dude. The police chase in the middle of the fucking, like, salt
They're
flats.
playing chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the fucking 18-wheelers coming the other way, which
Yeah.
made no fucking sense how they organized that.
Yeah, they were all right behind each other and then split off.
Dude, I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills when I think about it. I watched that scene over and over and over. We had it recorded on VHS. And I watched that scene over and over and over. Like, they wrecked so many fucking cop cars.
They wrecked a lot of cars in the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, okay, nobody cares about LTDs. Wreck all the LTDs and Impalas you want. Nobody gives a fuck. Or whatever it is, Caprices if they were for cop cars.
I kind of liked them.
Or Furies. Wreck all those.
The Fury was a great car.
Okay, but they wrecked way too many fucking Chargers.
Yes, they did.
They legitimately altered in a significant way the number
Fury
of Chargers.
Was a great cop car. It was well balanced, plenty of power.
A friend of mine in high school had one as his first car.
I mean, they had tons of get up and go, a lot of room.
A Fury Sport, even
Yeah.
though there was nothing sporty about it. It only had the 318 in it, and it was fucking... So our friend who had the Charger, like he had like one of the shittier Chargers that was based off the Cordoba. It was 76, so it wasn't really a Charger anymore.
It was just a
Yeah, but he had the 360, so a little bit bigger, and of course a slightly smaller car, even though it's still a boat. But the other friend had the fucking same year model, but as a Fury, 4-door. So he was legit like that cop car.
Yeah.
And there was teenage hijinks after delivering pizza one night. We're driving around the Woodlands. As you do. And we may or may not be chucking items out of said vehicle at signs. May or may not, allegedly. And then we were headed out to... This was pre-drinking times, if I recall. Yeah, there's no way we were like 19, 20. We weren't drinking yet. So it was... I will use names for the most part. It was me, Pig, Ken, and JT. Not JT. JC. JC, that's right. And we thought it'd be hilarious if we convinced JC to moon somebody as we're going around. And we saw this car full of girls. We thought it'd be hilarious.
Oh, full-on pressed ham, huh?
Well, we had the window down.
Oh.
So we were going off the Jeff Foxworthy bit. Yes.
Ah, okay.
We were going off the full-on Jeff Foxworthy bit.
Country ham, not a pressed ham.
Yep. So we actually were doing the double bomber special, so one out each door in the back seat.
Open Bombay's 1 and 2.
Yeah, when Bombay's 1 and 2, we literally did that. But we did the thing. I forget which movie it was from. So we came up to a stop right as he was about to moon the girls, and then we just sat there. It's with his
completely
ass hanging
chickened out.
Just like, no, he's got his butt hanging out. He thought we were going to drive off, and we just sat there. And he's like, drive! And we're like, nope.
You're holding him in position.
He's literally ass out the window. Ass out the window. We're just like, nope. And then we're just laughing, and the girls are laughing their asses off, even though technically that was potentially some form of sexual harassment. I don't know what they would call it nowadays. I don't think kids moon other kids anymore.
I don't know. We got bored one year.
1 year.
Made a Roman candle artillery setup. You know, whole bunch of Roman candles fused together.
Did I send you this video
We
the other day?
We mounted it on the luggage rack of my motorcycle, lit it, and sent me across the 1097 bridge across the lake in the middle of the night.
Hi there. It's currently 2 p.m. with a current temperature of 80 degrees
You know,
Fahrenheit.
it's 2 p.m. and it's 80 degrees outside.
So now you guys know when we filmed this. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But anyway, that thing went off way too. I think I was almost all the way across the lake when it stopped going off.
Wow.
It was great, and all I could see was colors and explosions and stuff behind me in the sky. It was great.
Hopefully, at least your ass wasn't on fire.
I was on the luggage rack.
Still,
Nah, it was all good.
one offshoot.
Well built, contained in a 5-gallon bucket.
So I found on Instagram the other day because Dante and I send each other shit all the time, and it was a guy who they put together what had to have been, I think, like 75 or 80 Roman candles in a giant bundle.
And did he put it on his arms?
No, they strapped it to a
500 Roman candles
belt
lit at the same
and
time.
some type of prop,
All right, ready?
and he was holding it at crotch level at a slight incline and lit all of them.
Top to bottom.
Nice.
He was, however, wearing a full fireman getup.
Okay.
For safety purposes.
Safety third, yeah.
Yeah, so he was wearing his quote-unquote fireproof gear, but he still had 90-some-odd Roman candles going off
Right.
around his dick.
See, at least I was hauling ass.
Yeah, this guy was standing in place, turning in circles.
Yeah, I was moving,
Shooting.
and I didn't feel any heat because they'd go up, and I'd keep going, and they'd
Yeah.
be back there, and
I'm sure all the cars behind you were loving this.
whoa.
Crash, crash, crash.
Hey,
So-
at least it wasn't pointed backwards at everybody.
So if you were on the 1097 bridge in 1993 on 4th of July and were wondering what the hell was going on when
What the hell was I doing on a motorcycle in '93, you goofball?
I don't fucking know.
Numbers are hard.
I don't know. You would have been 8. That's
2010,
fine.
2013,
I don't know
2014.
what year it was. You didn't specify. I assumed you were a young, dumb kid. You said back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day was a lot longer than
It
that.
was a Wednesday.
See, back in the day is when you were watching Herculoids. Fucking mongoloids. Fucking A.
Mongo bastard.
Yes. So should we cover how and why I'm misogynist now?
Why are you a misogynist? now?
Apparently, it's because I somewhat criticize Zendaya.
Who's Zendaya?
Zendaya. We talked about this last week, I think. She played Chani.
Janie.
Chani.
We can keep going.
Either way.
I got all day.
So I made a post the other day talking about how young she looks. And it's a little creepy that
She did look rather young, but
okay, but my whole post was just that I said that Hollywood, whether it's her doing or Hollywood's, they're putting her in more adult roles, especially in her new movie that's coming up, which I'm pretty sure we saw when we went to the movies. It was called Challengers. It was a tennis movie. I don't know if you saw that. So, she's wheeling these two dudes at the same time. And on the Patreon the other night, we watched it, and I never saw the first trailer. First trailer really spells out the story. So, legitimately, to be fair, Zendaya is 27 years old currently. But the problem is, she still looks the same as when she did when she was 14. Maybe slight development. My whole point was that in this movie, not to mention in Euphoria, the TV show on HBO, she's doing a lot of drugs and a lot of sex whilst still looking like an underage teen person.
right.
And in this movie, specifically, in the beginning of it, she's young. She's very successful at tennis, and these other two dudes are very interested in her. So she has a three-way with them. And then I was like, okay, but these guys look like they're like 25, 28. They look old as fuck.
Yeah.
But
They're not wheeling her. She's wheeling them.
wheeling them.
Yeah.
She literally talks them into a threesome whilst looking 14. And then come to find out, in the trailer, spells out specifically, because she marries one of them, spoilers from the movie trailer. So she marries one of them, and she said, we're not teenagers anymore, which meant she was legitimately playing a teenager in that scene doing those things. Now, if they say specifically she's 18, still not a problem.
Still not a problem, no.
But also the fact that she looks so young while having sexual relations with dudes who do not look so young.
Well, moving back,
Yeah.
who labeled you as a misogynist
Somebody in the comments
of your Shoky Reviews?
on my Shoky Reviews Facebook page.
What do they know? Fuck them.
Exactly. So, and even a friend of mine that I'm fairly certain you also know, that I won't name here, or I will briefly.
Never mind. We'll get to it later.
So either way, so a friend of mine even started saying, "Dude, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, straight up, she looks young as shit. I even showed him a recent picture of her somewhere.
And this is one man's opinion, utilizing his right to free speech
Yeah.
to state said opinion about a movie.
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
And the real statement was, honestly, on the creepers at Hollywood, who are utilizing the fact that she looks so young, in my opinion, to continually try to sexualize younger and younger women. Which, when I was 15, great. Now that I'm 40, I look at it as like, that's fucking creepy. It's like, because even though they age her up in the movie by giving her a mom haircut.
Okay.
That's literally the only change they make, is they change her hair.
Well, what more can you do? You know?
Yeah, it's like you can't make her look older without doing just
Other than putting that old person filter on her.
add makeup. I mean, like, so presumably it goes from when they were teenagers to when they're in their like mid-20s, if I had to guess.
Which is nothing. That's no span of time.
Worst case scenario, she's supposed to be the age she currently is, which, cool, fine, but she's still built, unfortunately, like a young lady.
Well, she can't help that.
She can't help that, which is one reason why people were mad at me. I'm like, it's not about her. I was like, I'm critiquing the fact they're using the fact that she looks so
we
young.
like her as an actor.
Yeah. Wait, I just realized, is that light on? This light.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And I really, really don't see it. That's why I was weird. That light's actually overpowering it. Sorry, just sidetracking.
Okay, is
But-
that light on?
Yeah. It's just blinding me. It's fine. Sorry, going back to it. My critique is just the fact that we know that Hollywood is full of fucking creepers.
Yes.
100% full of creepers. And they definitely do bad things with young ladies.
Well, hell, you got all these people like Tim Allen and Roseanne and other people similar that are banding together to make a non-woke movie theater, production.
Studio. Well, Kevin Sorbo is doing the same thing. He started a thing here in Texas.
I like Sorbo.
I like him now. I actually thought he went lefty, but he's not. He's super conservative.
I'm waiting on Lucy Lawless to jump in.
We'll see. I don't know where she stands. I don't care, honestly. But
Even at her age now, she's still hot.
yeah. But then I think it was just the point was I see how they took it, but it's just the people that were mad at me for critiquing the way she looks. I was like,
It's a movie. You're supposed to critique things like visual.
oh, see,
components.
I said that, hello, the name is Shoky Reviews. And like, well, what exactly are you reviewing? The fucking movie. The concept of the movie is what I'm reviewing.
You know, the story, the plot, character development, the visual elements, and
Visual
the casting.
Exactly. And the
Casting's
casting
part
was part of it. So here's the thing. How old in Dune, how old is Paul supposed to be when he meets
Well, it's
Chani?
like 16, 17?
And how old is she?
Same.
So she was playing effectively a 16-year-old at the ripe old age of 25.
Probably a hair younger.
At the ripe old age of 25.
Yeah.
So, but she's playing opposite someone who looks and acts her same age, right?
Right. That was good casting.
Same thing with Spider-Man. In
I don't
Spider-Man,
know. At first, when they first cast that young fella for the new Dune, he seemed
Timothy.
really young and really soft. And I guess that was the point, to drop him into that furnace of tribulation, to harden him into what he needed to be.
literally, yeah, that's Paul's character.
Yeah.
But just that. Sorry, I'm hitting the wrong button. When she was in Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way, or Spider-Man Homecoming, No Way Home.
Nope.
So she's acting against Tom Holland, who is now her partner.
I like Tom Holland.
Yeah. So they're together.
Wait, what is he coming up in?
Yeah, I forget all his new projects. He's
There's
got a bunch of shit.
one of them spot on, and I'll get there.
He's got a lot of projects in the fire, but I haven't been able to keep up with anything because
He's got a lot going on, and one of them's just right up his alley.
Yeah, I'm sure, and he keeps wanting to do other things for sure. People keep saying he's in a Legend of Zelda movie that's coming up, but I don't know if that's ever been confirmed. I keep seeing AI images of it. But what I'm getting at is, like, she plays opposite someone who is also cast for the fact that he looks younger than his age. Like Tom Holland doesn't look like he's 26, 27.
Right.
He looks, and they were playing teenagers.
He's a youngster, man.
But in Spider-Man, they're playing the teenage, still in high school versions of themselves, right? And it's like, okay, so if she's in her mid to late 20s and playing someone who's literally 10 years younger, they cast her for that exact reason. But when they cast her for that reason, and then they have her become a sexual object at that age that she's portraying.
No way. They're saying Tom Holland could play in a Fred Astaire biopic as Fred Astaire.
That'll be interesting. I know he can dance.
Yeah, that's to be decided.
He can definitely dance. Have you ever seen his what is it? Lip syncing battle?
The one, the Masked Singer and all that?
No, it's a show called Lip Sync Battle.
Okay, no.
So it's him. So they bring in the celebrities and they choose songs to do, but they'll do an entire dance number.
Shit, they got him and Bonnie and Clyde with Zendaya. That'll work. That's going to really, really work. Which ties into me just watching The Highwayman last night.
Except for the obvious that Bonnie wasn't black.
Nor was she brunette.
Yeah.
She was this tiny little 90-pound thing.
She's basically blonde now. Like a lot of things are showing Zendaya blonde.
Okay, Zendaya, but Bonnie. Bonnie was redhead.
Oh, well, I've only ever seen her as blonde in other movies. But I mean, like, this is one of those things where Hollywood's just like, hey, as long as an actor is an actor, just swap out the race and everything else just to make it work. I was like,
it'll come to me later, but man, he was in something really, really dark that's coming up.
I have no idea. To be totally honest, I have no idea.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, it'll pop up, but either way. But I figured I made my point, but apparently I didn't make it good enough, so I actually had to add a comment really explaining my point that Hollywood is full of creepers, and for them to cast a young-looking person to start doing sexual roles whilst also purposely acting that age that, so she's acting like a 16-year-old fucking some other dudes on screen, not to mention coercing them into a threesome. And I was like, that's my problem with it. Is that, like, they took the fact that she is young and they're turning her into a sex symbol. Yes, she is 27, but she doesn't look 27. Now, at 37, she might finally look 27.
Right.
I have a feeling she's going to...
Or she's not. She's going to be one of those people who looks forever young.
And that might be to her detriment. Because if she wants to play more serious adult roles, kind of hard to do when you still look
like what's her name?
young.
All those chicks that were in Friends, they still look exactly the same.
No, they fucking don't.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Close enough.
No, Courtney Cox looks like a fucking freak after all the surgery she had.
Okay,
she was gorgeous. Dude, Ace Ventura, Courtney Cox?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Now? No, dude, like, she had way too much surgery done. She looks like a freak, unfortunately.
Which one didn't have it? Jennifer Lawrence, right?
Jennifer Aniston has had a tiny bit of work done, but nothing significant.
Okay.
Like, hers is more like some tightening, perhaps, but no other, like, reconstruction.
Yeah.
No, Courtney Cox looks fucking ridiculous.
I'm going to have to see her.
Yeah, look up recent Courtney Cox. Unfortunately, the problem is when you have a surgery when you're still young, is that it ages you faster. You look way older than you did to begin with. Yes, sorry, I'm critiquing the looks of ladies.
Oh, shit.
Told you.
No way. She looked absolutely beautiful in Friends.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down, one of the prettiest women
By
on
the
TV.
end of Friends, I think she had a little bit of work done. She definitely looked different the last couple. Oh, that's a decent picture. Look at her on. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Her lips are flat and wider.
Much wider.
Fucking weird.
Poor woman.
Yeah, I mean, this is sympathy.
I don't know. Some people have a lot of body image issues. I've got a family member who I won't name.
Yeah.
Who has horrible body image issues.
Yeah.
This person was told by their mother.
Excuse me.
That hey, since we all have to look at you, why don't you put on some makeup? And that's
that's fucking mean.
Yes. And
that's fucking mean. I agree.
While I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that's been done in the name of vanity, I get where they're coming from mentally.
Yeah. But I think
that's why the only thing I've done, I picked on this person. They had the eyebrows tattooed on.
Oh God.
And I said, please, please, please make them measure 2 or 3 times first. I said, she said, why? I said, because if you if they get them too damn high, you're going to look surprised all the damn time. And I'm going to do nothing but laugh at you every time I see you.
Now, see, the funny thing is, I agree with that. Like, there's some people who need it because their eyebrows are super thin, and they just fill them out, but they still have some hair.
Yeah.
But I've seen plenty of women that have had their eyebrows done, and it was absurd. Because the older they get, the worse it looks.
Well, there are those women who just take the marker and...
Yeah, I've seen them drawn on. Because, I mean, like, that goes with, like, usually these big full-on makeup jobs where they actually take the stuff, they actually are, like, darkening them, then they basically draw in an outline around it, and, like, it looks 100% drawn on.
Right.
And it's like, I can appreciate a good makeup job, but sometimes I just want to know what the fuck you look like.
Right.
And I can tell that that's my misogyny coming through, that I would rather see a woman all natural than 100% made up when they're already beautiful.
That's like you're dating someone and you get them home and they basically start taking all their makeup off and they look like a completely different person. So you said, fine. So you take your girdle off and you actually show your gut off. And...
Exactly. I was about to say, it's like they take off the makeup, they take off their push-up bra, they take off their Spanx, and everything just falls into place. Literally,
step out of the heels.
Like, I'm not sure are we gonna? And they're like, yeah, we're gonna. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay,
it's like it's fine.
Hold on,
but like,
get rid of this girdle.
So here's the thing: whenever we got together, Jessica wore more makeup. Nothing ridiculous, but she wore more makeup because she worked in an office with a lot of people and stuff like that. And unfortunately, when you get into a sort of corporatized world, women are often competing for looks. They
don't dress for them. They dress for other women.
Yeah, so women don't wear makeup and don't dress up for men. They wear makeup and dress up for other women.
Because men don't care.
Men,
you like me? I think you're pretty anyway, and you're going to touch me.
And that's what I was getting at. It's like Jessica rarely wears makeup now except to cover up any blemishes that she currently has. Like right now, she's got a thing on her nose. She's very self-conscious about it. And she tried to cover it up this weekend, and it didn't work out too well.
We don't mention anything about that.
I know, but I'm saying nobody cares.
We like Jessica.
Yeah. So, but yes, people will judge, but who gives a fuck? It's like, do you care about my opinion? Or do you care about your own opinion? Or do you care about the opinion of strangers?
I've been ZFG on everyone's opinion for years now.
Yeah. And like, I started caring more when I started seeing myself more on video about how I looked. Because I didn't realize how fat I had gotten. Like, because I don't feel I don't feel as fat as I actually am. It wasn't
until I started getting around Heidi and Chad, who take pictures of everything, I started actually seeing myself.
Yeah.
And that one picture I showed you from 4th of July last year.
Yeah.
That's a big difference already.
Yeah, your face doesn't look the same.
I've got another couple months to go. I could probably drop another 15 pounds between now and the 4th of July.
Yeah. Oh, and sadly, I haven't had a chance to work out again, so I'm back up to weight. But I also ate really good. Dude, I ate way too much Saturday night. Holy fuck, dude, I ate too much Saturday.
I cut myself off early.
That might have also been why I fucking felt so bad. It's just too much sodium.
With the chili and the queso and the
chili,
everything
the
else.
Queso. So we'll talk about that after we get it. Oh. Well, let's wrap up our women body issues things and we'll talk about food. So here's the thing. I'm not.
Hush, you skinny women. We want to talk about food.
I'm going to mansplain for 1 second.
Don't mansplain.
The definition of misogyny is a man who hates women. I don't hate women.
I like women.
I like women.
I like women and like me.
I appreciate beautiful women.
Well, no, wait. We like woman.
I'm sorry?
We can only like woman at the moment.
Why?
Well, if I started liking other women, I'd get in trouble.
Well, I mean, you don't have to have feelings for, but you can appreciate how they looks.
Appreciates? Is that what you appreciates about them?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Miss Katie. Look, I definitely appreciate Katie. Fucking hey, dude. And this is after she went scorched earth and single again.
And Bonnie McMurray, even after she went super skinny.
Bonnie McMurray.
Bonnie McMurray, first 4 seasons.
Okay, yeah. So last 2 seasons. Oh God, here we are again. We're judging women on their appearance stuff. Look, she did lose too much weight. She definitely got too skinny.
That's nothing millions of people in front of us haven't said already.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe. And look, I grew up. So my cousin. My cousins. So I grew up with 2 female cousins. Like
Garrett?
No.
Oh, Garrett.
No, shut up. Less Letterkenny references for a minute. So I grew up spending time with my 2 female cousins, who will remain nameless for now, because we were building our house and I needed to stay somewhere, and they were literally down the street. So we were moving into the neighborhood where several family members already lived. So I stayed with them because they were about my age. So I hung out with them, grew up with them until I had friends of my own, right? And so the younger of the two, both of them were in drill team. Both of them were in band. Both of them were slender build, but being of Ukrainian descent, you got to kind of fight some of those genes. So
Ukrainian women ain't slender.
Nope. So they get the slenderness from their dad, but they
can plow a field with their neck. What are you talking about?
Yes. So they get their slenderness from their dad specifically, but they get any curves they have from mom. So between my cousin and her friend, they were both in drill team, and at the ripe old age of 15, were so concerned about their looks, they legitimately cried when they hit 90 pounds.
Oh, good grief.
At 15. 15 years old, they finally...
I'm trying to remember when I hit 90 pounds. I was probably young.
Yeah.
Very young.
Very. But we're very different stocky built gentlemen. So, but it was... I remember this specifically.
Let's put it this way. As a senior, I was 6'2" and 240.
Yeah. So, but look at it this way. So, you've seen how Katie is built on... Yeah. So, very, very similar build to my cousin and her friend. Probably taller, if I had to guess. I don't know her actual height, but I'm assuming, considering how tall she is next to Wayne and everybody, I assume that she's like about 6 foot, give or take.
Katie? She's more 5'9".
I think she's taller than that, but either way. But my cousin, not the tallest, average height. She's probably just a hair shorter than me, and I'm not that tall.
Derry isn't that big, and she's shorter than Derry.
I thought she was taller than Derry. Doesn't matter.
Either way, she beats him up well.
Very similar build. And there was a couple seasons where Katie was too skinny, but then filled out later. Same thing with Bonnie McMurray.
Well, like the season when she was blonde?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is yeah, but I bet that she probably weighed like 115 or some maybe about 120, if I'm guessing.
Shep and Kingsley, those are dog
Okay,
names.
drop the get away from. I know we
Made me laugh.
Yeah, okay, but still, story. Focus. There you go. That's your focus. So either way.
The Magnum?
But the point is that like very similar build, but you can tell once they get too thin, it's ridiculous. Now do Blue Steel. You got to do it over the shoulder. It doesn't count.
Oh yeah.
Spin around.
I'm not turning around.
Spin in the chair.
I'll knock the rest of these assholes over.
Please don't. So, but the point was they were so fucking
Literally
skinny.
It's raining men.
Yeah, well, actually, there's one right on the floor there. I don't know how that fell. Where did it come from? Oh, right there.
Committed suicide.
Those guys fell over for some reason. Weird. Either way, the point is that wait, somebody else is missing. I don't care. Stings are always falling off the shelf. Somebody slams the door, whatever. So when you're too skinny, you're too skinny. Period. I'm sorry. There is such a threshold.
Think we've ever known that problem ourselves.
Never. Talking about females. So, like, personally, I like a woman with some meat on her, and I don't like your arms to be literally rail fucking thin.
Right.
It's like, if the width of your arms is
elbows are pointy, so are hip bones.
Yes, exactly. And that's a critique. Fine, some women are built thin, but some people purposely stay stupid thin for modeling purposes or whatever, and it never looks healthy.
Eat a sandwich, please.
It's the same thing that, me being as fat as I am is not healthy. It doesn't look healthy. It doesn't feel healthy either.
It's definitely not athletic.
So it's like, and I think that's one, if I'm just going to go that way, because I'm already fucking misogynist apparently, I would hope that at some point, Zendaya specifically,
eat some brisket.
Like, because she's fit, don't get me wrong, because she's definitely worked out, because she had to be a fucking tennis player on screen, so she had to get fit.
Well, no, she needs to bulk and cut. She'll look good if she starts doing that.
Yeah, so put on a little bit of weight, get less thin, and I'm not saying get a boob job or anything else like that, but let some curves happen.
Now, who was it? The lady that played Wonder Woman found that fine line. She rode that line very well.
Yeah. Gal Gadot. Yeah. So, and the thing is, a lot of people said she was too skinny to play Wonder Woman, but she bulked up to play Wonder Woman. Though I say that Gina Carano would have been an interesting choice.
Or Cote de Pablo.
Who?
Cote de Pablo. She played Ziva on NCIS.
Some name you actually know, finally.
Yeah, I know a thing.
Of course. It's NCIS related. He remembers. But like, I thought, because at the time, Gina Carano was fresh off of Deadpool 1 when they were looking at her.
Hot.
They're looking at her to do Wonder Woman. So there's some images out there that people put together of her in a Wonder Woman costume.
Wait,
And
which that wasn't Deadpool's girl. That was the
bad girl at that movie.
Hey, you guys.
What the fuck?
It was one of the bloopers.
Oh, I never saw that. Speaking of which, just going into a tiny bit of news, Gina Carano is currently suing Disney for
That the Mandalorian deal?
over the Mandalorian.
Okay. I thought
And-
that was done and settled.
No, it was never settled. She was fired and fucking defamed
But for having her own opinion.
for not even expressing an opinion, for sharing a fucking meme.
Oh,
It wasn't-
really?
Well, I mean, technically, yes, it was an opinion, but they tried to, and they're still defaming her. That's the thing. They put out a statement now where they're basically trying to get it dismissed. They're like, nope, she's still this, she's still anti-Jew and all this other stuff, and saying that it's like, so Disney has doubled down. On their
Disney's
treatment of her.
anti-Jew. They're anti-white. They're anti-Christian. They're anti-everything.
They're
these days.
anti-straight people. They're anti-everything.
So pot kettle black. What the hell?
Well, that's okay. You can be anti-norm. That's the only thing you're allowed to be.
Okay. If you have all the money in the world to.
Pro pride, anti everything else. That's all that matters.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh God, they're all going to come after me now for saying that.
Well, they might as well come out pro Second Amendment, anti everything else.
Well, that's fine. Well, no, but we need some of those other amendments.
No, shut up.
repeal the 19th. No, I'm just kidding. That's always a joke. Repeal the 19th. Either way. So just getting away from all the Zendaya bullshit for a minute.
Please.
Well, not just for a minute, just totally. Just annoyed the shit out of me because nobody understood where I was coming from. But then I showed it to like some other people, and they're like, "Yeah, she's young as shit. That's weird."
Get out of
And
the
I'm like-
comments.
and
Don't
I'm
let
like,
them
what the
wrap up
fuck?
in your head. Drive on. Make
Well,
new content.
it's not that they're wrapped up in my head. It's just that
They're living there rent free, Bubba.
No, because I don't know where they come from. That they don't understand my opinion, or the reaction to my opinion is the other part. Because I'm like,
Well, they probably come from Dusylvania.
yeah,
and,
but
live there.
I thought I expressed my thoughts decently, and then for them to have reactions that had almost nothing to do with what I said. It's just like, what did you read? The first sentence where I said I don't think she's that pretty, other than when you really make her up with makeup. So they ignored everything else I said and just said, "Oh, she's not pretty."
Some people just look for something to be mad at.
Oh, 100%.
And those people bother the hell out of me. Go be happy.
I'm
Go
gonna go
find
be
some
mad.
way to be a decent human being.
What now?
A decent human being.
Decent.
The whole don't hurt anybody, mind your own business.
No. We got to interfere.
We can't interfere.
Hold on. Look, I got to go on my.
Take care of your family.
I got to go on my cancellation tour. I got to go on other people's podcasts and talk about how they canceled me for one fucking thing. It's like, well, then. Oh, also, other news from this past week. OJ died.
And
Well, Nicole can finally rest easy knowing that her killer is finally dead.
right.
That meme was everywhere this weekend. And then I even posted a thing about it. Did you see? I guess you didn't see what I put up.
I saw something.
Okay, I put up a thing about OJ, and I said because he did pass away of cancer. I think he really wasn't that old. I think it's 67.
Said something about the juice is spoiled or something.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
That was somebody else. No, I posted the hearse Bronco.
Yes, I saw that.
The hearse Bronco was fantastic. I didn't make that. I shared that. That was hilarious. I added the 90s filter to it, though.
Yeah.
So it looked like it was the original footage from the thing. No, I said that it actually we found that it actually wasn't cancer because there was no evidence of antibodies, and that clearly it must have been done by some other disease. But in a few years, cancer will come out and write a book about if I did it. Because it was the whole thing, right?
Yeah, that one I didn't pay much attention to.
Yeah, no, OJ died. So, R.I.P. to the juice.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had cancer,
he kept that quiet.
I guess, or I just didn't care.
Of course, he should have just disappeared altogether and
Yeah.
kept himself and laid low.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, after he got out of jail,
Yeah.
after he went to jail for stealing his own shit from people, it's like it was sold off. It's like they had to sell off his shit to pay for some other stuff, and then he broke into someone's house to get it back. It's like, good job, dumbass.
Right.
But we didn't get him for murder,
Nope, not murder.
unfortunately. I like all these rumors that he left behind some like tell-all, like right before he died, he confessed to all the shit he technically did. I'm like,
I thought you were going to liken him to like DB Cooper leaving a fortune hidden somewhere.
what fortune? He's fucking broke.
Exactly.
All that Naked Gun money. He was in the Naked Gun movies.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah,
What, like
43,
at least
43
43 and a third, or
That was 33 and a third. He was. I don't know if he was. He was in one. I'm pretty sure 2.5. I don't. Maybe 33 and a third. I'm not sure. He might have been. I know he was definitely in the first two for sure. He was.
Wait, 33 and the third was the gangster mom and her sons, right?
It's been so fucking long. I know that's the one. I'm pretty sure 33 and a third is whenever he gets what's her face pregnant, and he starts having dreams about having to be a dad. Another alarm?
Alarms, yes.
Wake up, Jeff! Damn it.
Well,
So
no,
for those who don't know, on normal days, Jeff would be sleeping now.
I'd be getting up 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. So he wakes up early to come and hang out with me and do this nonsense. Although he did get up early today because we did a lot of pre-filming today.
We did some pre-film. We did some empanadas.
Yes, definitely get the
Fat kid happy.
fucking ass. Empanadas are good. I'm gonna be thinking about that all day.
Don't eat them all. Someone might be mad.
Who?
The loud yelly one.
My mom's not here.
No, the other one.
Also, I would like to say
The one that likes you.
Okay. I will say happy belated birthday to my mom, even though she won't hear this.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, so she turned some age.
Be less mad at Shoki.
That'll never fucking happen.
Don't be a mad person.
Don't worry, be happy.
I was about to embody butcher.
Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, but that was your mom. That'd be inappropriate.
I've called her such before. It depends on the situation. It's like some people are always cunts. Some people just act like cunts.
Some have cunty tendencies.
Yeah, there can be cunty tendencies. I can be a cunt sometimes.
Yeah. You're more of a twunt.
No.
Yes.
No. I don't like
I have spoken.
The word is dumb.
This is the way.
No, it's not. That's a different podcast. So let's talk about Saturday then.
Good day.
Fucking A, dude.
Hanging out, playing cards, goofing off, drinking. There's nothing more entertaining and more relaxing.
So for those who are just sort of newish to the podcast, Jeff and I have been hanging out more. We've done it. I've been party to several of their quote unquote family get-togethers.
They're damn near family.
Yeah.
Might as well be.
And obviously, thank you for inviting us. I know Heidi technically did this last one,
Yeah.
but you know it's the same.
She
group
demanded
of
to be allowed to host.
It's the same group of peoples, and it's hilarious. So the first time we got together, we played Cards Against Humanity, which is always a good gauge of figuring out people.
With my 16-year-old son and their 16-year-old daughter.
Yeah, which is so much fun to make fun of them.
And for some reason, Shoki singled out my boy and hammered him like a fucking piece of steel and just beat him left and right verbally.
Yeah, but now he knows better. Look, he gave me back some shit the last time,
Yes.
though. He started standing up for himself. Because it's like, as long as he realizes I'm not doing it to be legitimately mean,
Yeah.
that I'm just shit talking and hoping for the reaction, it's like, once you can give it back, then the respect is earned.
Right.
And now we can play. It's like, it's not play until you start playing back. It is picking until that point.
And it is so much fun to get everybody cracking up and laughing because
Yeah.
someone in particular is going to pee their pants.
So, well, either way.
Second time.
Nope, she did not pee her pants this time. She went to the bathroom.
I thought she did.
No, she went to the bathroom so she wouldn't.
About to be twice in 1 month.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. But that was her fault. That was the taco. That was the taco conversation, is what that was. Holy shit, guys! I really wish we could have filmed. Look, the camera's already off by now. But guys, for everybody on the Patreon, we cannot tell you the hilarity that ensued when we were playing Exploding Kittens.
Was it Exploding Kittens?
That was Exploding Kittens.
Okay. That was the 50 Shades of...
50 Shades... Okay, so
No,
that was the other game. That was the shit
Okay,
happens.
Exploding Kittens was boring as fuck.
But that's where Heidi laughed herself to peeing.
You sure?
That was the taco conversation.
Taco Cat.
Taco Cat.
Taco Cat. I made a meme.
When we all had to see her taco.
And she said, have you seen my taco? Probably 15 times.
Yes. So she was very proud of showing
So
off her
Heidi's
taco.
daughter took a picture of Heidi hiding behind
From
her
across
cards
the table,
with
yeah.
a weird look. And she sent it to me, and I said, have you seen my taco? And
That was a weird look. That was not a great shot. She should be mad at her for taking a picture of her like that. 'Cause, oh my god! So there was much drinking. There was much hilarity. They made hot dogs and chili. You brought some world famous queso.
There were straights, there were minors, there were lesbians.
Yes,
Yes.
and old people.
And the elderly.
Yes, and elderly.
I wish the elderly would have played.
No, no, they didn't.
I want to see my father-in-law embarrassed as hell or laughing his ass off because he knows it's that inappropriate.
So okay, so
Apparently, over the past 3 years, that old man's, I'm told, has been hanging around me entirely too much.
Oh, so you're
because
rubbing
now
off.
he cracks up. Now he makes inappropriate jokes. Now he'll cuss a son of a bitch out in a heartbeat.
That's funny. You're rubbing off on an old guy. Go figure.
Phrasing.
Oh,
I don't want to do that.
I don't care.
It's dirty.
It's fine. He's your old guy. But the food aspect of it. So I brought in some homemade kolaches.
You brought in Cubano kolaches.
Cubani kolaches. I can't talk.
Cubano.
And therefore, that's where the empanadas came from today.
They were
It's the same
good.
mix to make the empanadas.
And I brought, my wife made chili.
Dude, that chili was good.
Oh, that's an award-winning chili.
I mean, like,
And our queso, fantastic queso.
yeah. I was thinking queso when you said chili. I said chili. I meant queso.
Both of them are good.
The chili was good. Don't get me wrong, but I usually like. That's not what I expect to put on my hot dog.
What, queso?
No, the chili.
Oh.
I did not. Okay, so I wanted to be good because I didn't want to hurt everyone's nostrils. So I did not overload the hot dog with fixins.
We blew it up.
I know.
I was rolling cold.
I was going to, and I chose not to. Although, by the end of that night, oh my God, I drank so much tequila.
Yeah, that's Tecate for me.
You drank a lot of Tecates. I drank some Younglings and tequila.
I even shotgunned a beer or two.
Oh, yeah, damn.
Oh,
You were feeling it, buddy.
over with Chewy and his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently
Yeah,
she'd
so-
never shotgunned a beer before, so we had to make her.
Yeah, I shotgunned a tall boy of some kind of blonde. I forgot what it was.
I'm gonna order us the Kraken tools. It's a tool you hook on the bottom of a can.
Oh.
And snap in.
Yeah.
And let you shotgun. We may start off a podcast shotgunning a beer.
No, we won't.
Okay, I will.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do it outside, not shotgunning in the kitchen.
Well, who said you're gonna make a mess? You better not make a mess.
Generally make a mess.
No.
Shotgun outside,
Yeah.
just to keep it clean. Because it might come out someone's nose. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fuck up a shotgun.
Don't be pussy.
I'm just saying. Outside. Look, I'm not here to enable you.
I don't need.
I'm just here to empty bottles. I was like, look, I got a lot of beer and I got a lot of whiskey and everything else. That's the whole point. Is Jeff comes over to drink it.
Or like 1.5 beers
Yeah.
drinks here.
So yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sipping mead. You're drinking a beer. I already finished my beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had another beer.
Yeah. Which, by the way, guys, go check out the videos we put up for that at some point.
Yep. Temptress.
Yes.
Irish milk stout. Very good.
Yes. Irish cream milk stout.
Imperial milk stout.
Yes. Lots of words to go together.
For real.
Words and things and such. The other thing was, so we not only did we play Exploding Kittens, which was your first time. Problem is, Exploding Kittens doesn't work that well with
It's
that
slow,
many people.
man.
But it's because we had so many people who had no idea how to play. Once people got in the groove, and actually once we lost like 2 of them, it started speeding up. So that's just the key
Yeah,
to it.
I leaned over and Jenna went, I'm bored.
Yeah. Well, because it was taking so long to get back around. It goes faster with
But
like
then
6 people.
But then shit happens.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
So we played another edition of
we
Shit
never got
Happens.
to cards. We never got to Cards Against Humanity.
Well, when would we have had time? We played
True.
2 games that lasted forever. So the Shit Happens 50 Shades of Shit edition.
That was a good one.
Oh my God. I didn't expect it to be
They
that
were
much
so
worse.
inappropriate.
I did, yeah, for the fact that there were technically minors around.
Technically.
Some very small children running around, in fact.
Now, what were some of the worst ones? Getting proposed to with a cock ring.
That was pretty bad, yeah. That was too small. I think that was the other part.
Now,
of
what was the other one?
There was semen in your eye. There was something about a glory hole. It's like your grandma's glory hole or something.
You
like
found
that.
your box of your grandma's sex toys.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the worst one was. The one that was like 99.9. We had that like.
What was the other one? The male enhancement had the opposite effect.
That was bad. Oh, the icy hot instead of lube. That's what set off the biggest laugh of the night.
Great laugh.
That set off the biggest laugh of the night due to an unfortunate.
I about fell out of
incident.
my chair.
He did. He literally almost fell out of his chair.
And if I go down, party's over. That's a big hit.
Yeah, no, we'll just leave him there. He dies. He dies. The fallen lay. What was it again? The fallen lay. Whatever.
What?
Something you said the first time. Where they, I don't know. After you knocked over the fucking things, you say like the fallen lay. Whatever.
I've slept since then.
I know,
man.
but I'm saying that, I don't know. Fucking it.
Yay, smart things.
Edit that out. Edit that out, me.
No.
But I want to edit it out. But fucking A, dude. That game was so ridiculous. Like, even though I drank as much as I did,
games like that are better. Not so much for the game itself, but for the shit talk sidebar conversations.
Well, that particular game is definitely for the game itself because so much shit
They were
happens.
good, but we also start that group in particular.
Yeah,
it's such a very similar sense of humor.
We're very inappropriate.
And-
Heidi actually hit up Jessica yesterday for something, I forget what. So
cool, good.
Hopefully they'll be doing stuff because she needs more female friends. Damn it.
As does the Amy.
Yeah. So Amy and Jessica need to go do something. I don't know what, but they should.
Well, Heidi needs a ride.
That's fine. That's fine. Amy,
I mean, how many 40-year-old women aren't driving, you know?
I mean, should women be driving?
I mean, if you're listening to this, we love you, Heidi.
Look, I mean, like, I'm going back to my misogynist roots.
I've
Should
been
women
calling
even
her-
drive?
For 3 years now, I've been calling her PETA.
Why?
The pain in the ass.
Oh.
So I call her my little PETA. And Chad called her his PETA pocket, and that was hysterical.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, another time we almost fell out of our chairs.
Oh, God. Pita pocket. I'm pouring myself some more mead over here if anybody's looking on the camera. Because that's what I need to get through the day is some fucking alcoholic honey.
Yay.
Alcoholic honey drink.
One of my favorites.
You should name one that.
Alcoholic honey drink?
Yeah.
It might be what I call the OG recipe.
Alcoholic honey drink. AHD. We need to get another D in there.
And make it
ADHD. Oh, there's got to be a way to do that. There's got to be a way.
We'll figure it out. We'll
has to
make
be a
that
way.
the OG recipe.
ADHD.
Because I've got Saxon Violets is the Violet and Lemon. I haven't named this new one.
I'm itching.
Might call it the Dapper Savage. Because it's an English breakfast tea. Over mead.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I already have a beard balm.
So it's a breakfast tea. Is what you say.
Called Constant Comment. It's a breakfast tea.
Yeah.
That has like orange pico notes and other stuff in it.
That's weird.
So I took most of the water I used. I actually made tea with that tea and dumped it in instead of straight water.
Tea with the tea.
With the tea bags.
Oh.
Yeah. Brown water instead of clear water.
White water. If you're teabagging, right?
Right.
That was one of the cards. It's teabagging.
That was teabagging.
Yeah. So guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, look at the game Shit Happens or Stuff Happens. Shit Happens is obviously the more adult version. Stuff Happens is the cleaner version for normies. And I bought all of them a few weeks ago. And I thought we could intermix them like they were expansions. There is one that is just an expansion. It's the
Why don't we
Shitty
intermix
Kids
them all?
version.
So some are like really lame and tame.
Because a lot of them will have the same numbers. If you have the same numbers, you can't have a gap.
Then double up.
No, you can't.
No.
You'll be fucked. You can't go between the same number.
Then you have to stack numbers.
No, it's not how it works.
They're the same number.
That's not how it works. Well, also the fact that the basic Shit Happens and then the Shit Happens work edition have so many of the same actual cards, so you can't mix those.
So it's not like Cards Against Humanity where you can just shuffle them all
There
together.
is one out there that is an expansion, and I think it's the Shitty Kids version.
Okay.
And that's 50 extra cards. So I think that can be added. We'll probably add that to the original deck, and then we'll just keep them all separate for the most part. Because I doubt we're going to really memorize the numbers. You know, we'll probably just remember whether they were high or low.
We are such a screwed up group of individuals anyway. Our pain index is so far and away different from the creators of the game.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
there were some
misery index.
There were some that we're thinking was just nothing, and they were really bad. And others were like, okay, this is worse. And they were like 4%.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So this is one of those times where I would love to be able to film a round or two of the game with
Then
everybody.
let's take some cameras, ask permission, and then.
So here's the way I would probably make it happen, because we wouldn't. It would be really hard to get enough cameras set up without like a proper studio thing.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking.
What about one of those 360?
That's what I was
setups?
thinking. A 360 cam set in the middle, and then have proper editing software, because I have no idea if my software can
don't
handle
they have
that.
software for those 360 cams that'll jump to wherever the noise is coming from?
Yeah, but you don't do that. Really, what you do is in the edit, you just select the angle.
Okay.
So it's fucking complicated, and you literally have to think of things in a 3-dimensional sense, but with data. So as far as I can tell, like, you select the angle that you're looking at, even though it's recording all directions at the same time. So you can do that, and it'll flatten that image.
I'm sure with us playing cards or shit happens or any of that, I think they'd be fine with it.
I mean, if I could get a 360 cam and experiment with it to be like,
Make that its own damn podcast.
yeah, it would be a game.
Holy
it would be
crap.
game night is what it would be. But yes, if you could cut it to, so like it's set up at like, so we're sitting around the table, and then I set up the exact angles for the people I want, and then I can just go boop boop, and
Yeah.
it just instantly selects that. I don't know if my computer can do that, but we'll see.
Let's give it a shot, man. It'd be fun.
I got to buy a fucking 360 cam. They ain't cheap.
Well, as long as we're talking about that, go ahead and subscribe to our Patreon
Subscribe.
so you can get
Yeah.
all of the content.
Sign up for the Patreon, for the love of God. Yeah, for as little as $5 a month, you can sign up and support just
You can see all
this.
all the unedited content for $5 a month.
Yep. Oh, I didn't consider I should put up the unedited taste testing.
Yeah.
There's not that much extra footage, but the uncut version would be funny. So we need to make sure we just roll those cameras when possible.
Right.
So, and then of course we do have the fat cam. Look at fat cam. Wasting my battery up there. High fat cam. Actually, I like this angle. Like, as unflattering as it is, it's actually a good visual angle of the room.
I like that angle better when you don't have a hat on.
Well, because shut up. So, also, I think this is one of the only times I've ever seen you wear shorts.
I know, right?
You're always in jeans. I've never seen you in shorts. But also, like, most people don't understand what the Shoky Cave looks like because they only ever see just my background.
Right.
And so, like,
It is a plethora of scattered nonsense. Organized.
I mean, it's pretty
nonsense.
organized. I mean, like, there's some scattered nonsense, but it's mostly organized. I haven't switched to this. So this will have stuff in it very shortly behind me. I actually, if I wasn't cooking empanadas, I would have started working on these shelves.
But empanadas are life.
Yes. So stop setting up the Power Rangers.
No.
Okay, you can do the black and the blue, but that's it. No.
Wow.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse if you try to move the rest of them. Oh, speaking of Power Rangers, I did want to mention this. So, things I haven't talked about recently is the comics that I've been reading. So, I've been reading a lot of comics. The new Transformers comics?
You know how many comics I've been reading?
None.
Yes, that's
So,
accurate.
Yes. So, the new Transformers comic is getting crazy. Like, I've never seen, like, outside of the Bayverse movies, have you seen any of those? The modern
two of them.
So, like, the first two, give or take?
Yeah.
So, you know how, like, really violent they are? Like, there's parts coming off. Like, they'll have a whole arm chopped off or somebody lose a head, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, these comics do that with the original versions of the characters that we grew up with in the 80s and 90s. And it is, like, uber violent.
What I don't get is why you're not seeing hydraulic fluid and all that spraying.
You do in
everywhere.
this.
Okay.
And actually, you do in those movies.
I guess.
Because it comes out black. That's how they get away from using blood. It's all hydraulic fluid.
Of course.
Except for the time that Bumblebee was lubricating the guy. That was in the first movie. He was peeing on.
About to say, I'm
Simmons.
watching the wrong Transformers.
No, he was. No. There was literally a line where Optimus is like, Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man. Because he stands over him, pops this thing off of his crotch, puts his hands on his hips, and just shoots oil all over the guy. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then he literally says, stop lubricating the man. So it's like, was that pee or not pee?
Please tell me he shivered.
Well, it was warm oil. So.
Oh, God.
Oh, did Bumblebee shiver? I don't know. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the guy who was upset that he had a gun pointed at him and being peed on by a giant Transformer.
That class 3 leak, definitely.
Yeah. So either way, the new Transformers comics, interesting story, the way they're retelling it all from starting over from where we knew in the 80s, from 1983 or 84, whatever.
That they were definitely robots and they were definitely in disguise.
they were trying to be in disguise. Didn't last very long.
No.
But the Decepticons are very evil. And
They're deceptive, yes.
Yes. And like I said, the uber violence is pretty crazy. But the fact that Optimus is still rolling around with one of Megatron's arms is pretty fucking cool.
Really?
Yeah, so they had Megatron's fusion cannon arm left over clearly from some battle we never saw. And Optimus had just lost his right arm in a fight. Said, well, we need to be able to fight back. So he's got Megatron's arm.
Thor in that random fake eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it stands out more because it's an arm. So at one point in the last issue, you have Optimus Prime fighting
He was no
Devastator.
longer armless.
Yes. So you have Devastator, big old combiner,
Okay.
fighting against a half Megatron.
Combiner, you mean combine?
No, combiner, because he's multiple people in one. So either way, they made the Constructicons, sent them after the Autobots, and at that point, Optimus was nearly dead from the previous battle, out of Energon. Spike's dad sacrifices himself by running into the matrix of leadership, changing his life force into Energon to reinvigorate Optimus.
Oh, wow.
And so he gets completely renewed, and he's got his cannon in one arm, and he's got Megatron's fusion cannon on the other arm, and he's double blasting Devastator. Even throws almost suplexes Devastator off a fucking cliff. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I wish this was animated.
And you're getting all this from comics. Huh?
This is in the comics, yeah.
Okay.
And the cool thing is that wasn't just the end of that particular chunk of story, because everything is almost week to week. This shit just happened and we pick up right where it left off, right? So, following issue, after Sparkplug sacrificed himself, the Autobots now have their base back, and they're trying to repair everybody who's left over, because half of them are either quote-unquote dead or offline, and they're trying to fix everybody, and they only have so much power. Optimus, in the middle of doing something else, suddenly has a flashback where he's holding baby Spike in his giant robotic hands. So his dad's memories are now peeking through into Optimus's subconscious.
Oh, no.
I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. So he didn't just die. Part of him is living on as part of Optimus in a way.
Oh, cool.
But it's pretty cool, because there was even in some of the modern takes, Optimus is very, let's just kill the Decepticons. His nobility and his peace-loving nature and stuff never comes across. In this one, in the second issue, after they get to Earth, they have the first battle with the Decepticons. They lose everything. They lose half their forces. The last 4 that are still functioning are just trying to rally in a fucking dump or something. Optimus accidentally steps on a deer and kills it, and essentially cries at the fact that he just killed something sweet and innocent.
Oh, good grief.
I was like, yeah, so this is the peace-loving dude who's not just out for vengeance and all this other shit that we've had for a decade now. I was like, good, we're returning to what he used to be. Because he's all about preserving life, not just blowing shit up for the fuck of it. He's supposed to be the antithesis of the Decepticons.
Right.
Not just one of them in a red coat with a different emblem, It's the Bay movies basically made out the Autobots and the Decepticons to basically just be 2 warring factions.
No, they're brawlers.
They're just brawlers, and they got rid of the peaceful nature. They got rid of the scientists who are just scientists and don't want to fight. No, they turned to everybody must fight, everybody must kill. It's so now you get that kind of stuff back with this writing. On top of that, I started off with the Power Rangers thing. So I mentioned it one of the first shows you came on. The new comic book, Power Rangers: The Return. It's actually co-written by Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Ranger.
Yeah.
And so she's retelling a 30th anniversary reunion. So the one that they actually gave us on Netflix was fucking horrible. Couldn't even include all the actors.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. Don't watch it.
Okay, I won't.
It was a shitty story. It was clearly made for Netflix, which, Netflix budget is usually a good thing, but in this case it was clearly just a Netflix, stroke show for the people who were offended by what happened to them back in the day, which I'm not going to dismiss the horrible things that happened to some people, but this was clearly just so that they could feel vengeance for what happened to them. Whereas
Or vindication.
Vindication, yes. This includes likeness. This comic book, they use the likeness of the actors and actresses, which is cool. Instead of the other comics that don't, they just have their own versions of the characters. It's a far more adult version of that story, and it's pretty fucking cool. We're only in issue 3, and like, I like it significantly more than the live action thing we were given.
Okay.
I feel like it represents the characters way better. It actually gives a better story about why the Power Rangers would be quote unquote reuniting after all this time. And it kind of plays into some of the stuff that happened in the regular Boom comics that are still ongoing. There's some crazy events going on there. So right now I'm collecting 4 separate Power Rangers comics. There's Godzilla versus the Power Rangers 2.
Oh, joy.
That just started up again, which is now doing multiple dimension shipping, which is fucking weird, but fun because it's Power Rangers and Godzilla. And apparently there's some teasers for a thing that's coming up, and you'll see Godzilla wearing a Dragon Zord armor, which is probably going to be cool as shit.
Okay, yeah. I'm in.
Yeah. So that was teased. I'm like,
it's like almost Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah. So basically, because they don't have Mecha Godzilla, and because Godzilla came to their universe, so everything's being pulled there, and they actually had to fight a lot of Godzilla's monsters.
He says, "I need help," or roar, or whatever he said.
Exactly. Well, they don't communicate with him exactly. So, but they fought Godzilla with the Dragon Zord, which was fucking cool. Then they all had to team up to fight Ghidorah, who was under Rita's control, which is fucking crazy. So this is continuing on with that. So, I was talking about comic books before we took a pee break, and I took an empanada break. Look, it was good with the meat. I'm not gonna lie, like empanada with that heat from the jalapenos and that pepper really elevates the meat. Not gonna lie. Go figure. Dude, I'm sorry. They're fucking good. Even cold, they're fucking good. I think it's like basically room temp at this point. It was still
you could
really
probably make
good.
7, 8, 10 more, and you'd be perfectly fine with them.
Yeah, I would. I have enough to make more. I got plenty of pork. I got plenty of other stuff. I might have to buy more jalapenos.
Yeah.
I want some pickles to get in there. That's the only thing I'm
You
lacking.
need to do a big jar of pickle relish like I keep. I buy the large cans of...
She'll eat it all.
Well, I buy the large cans of jalapenos.
Yeah.
And I dice them up. Seeds, everything. And it goes into a big jar. And every time we need jalapenos for beans, cornbread, whatever recipes we're doing, I just grab a couple tablespoonfuls and toss it in.
See, I just bought a small can of diced jalapenos to make my life easy. You know, it's there.
Right.
But I had pickles when I started this.
You had pickles?
Yes. Then she drank all the juice and then ate all the pickles.
Does she like the sour pickles?
I don't know what she technically likes.
I got
pickle-wise.
some I want her to try because I'm afraid to try them.
Yeah. You might need to reverse your lid there, bud. You kind of have it backwards.
No, I don't.
You do.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for doing that on. Look. Normally we have topics and stuff lined up. Today
we're just kind of freewheeling.
This is freewheeling. It's fine. Much like Zendaya with the 2 tennis boys for freewheeling.
Or free balling.
Bringing it all
4 balling, whatever.
I don't like free balling. Okay, so I need to I need to talk about this.
Zippers hurt.
So, yes. So hold on. I went to the chiropractor this morning because I think I mentioned it to you. Might not have. Like, I've had this burning in my leg for like a while now. It started a long time ago. Back when I worked at Southern Stars, when it first crept up, which was right after I'd had shingles. And it was the same nerve cluster, because when I had shingles, it was right down here on my side and progressed down my thigh. So it's that same nerve cluster. So when I was working Southern Star, it was the first time I was just standing on my feet, not doing much behind the fucking bar, right? And by the end of shift, my leg would be fucking burning. And then it would only do that when I was in that kind of situation, working in the shop or whatever, and I just have to be on my feet the whole fucking time. Now, I've talked previously that my right leg is my short leg. So it would make sense that I put a lot more weight on it just by virtue of it being
So did they finally grab your legs and straighten out your hips?
No. But what she did do, because I mentioned it today, that's the only thing they focused on today was my lower body, which was good. That's what I needed her to do. So she was looking at it. She's thinking it's very much related to my sciatic, which I've had problems with for a long time due to a slip and fall that I had at work. So the first time that she actually had them put the E-stim on my lower back and my sciatic nerve and right there on my hip, and then also put me in traction at the same time. So normally with the adjustments that I get, it's low impact stuff and using the Cox tables to work it. It's a mechanical stretchy table. You know,
The rack?
no, it's kind of like a rack, but
I'd love the rack, a gentle racking.
yeah. But this one, it's all electronic driven and stuff like that. It's not hydraulic or whatever, but it can buck,
Horse.
it can move around. It can pivot. It can do all kinds of shit. It's crazy. But you know, they just have settings like, you know, traction or whatever, you know, length. So this is the first time they actually like strapped me in.
Inquisition.
Yes. So they actually strapped in my ankles, and you know, I'm laying down on the machine, right? And of course, it's segmented per part of your body. Yeah. So there's the main chest part. There's the armrests. There's the crotch part, and then the parts that extend down for your legs that also extend. You know, so it's like, boop, boop, you know, to really stretch you out. As I was in traction, there was a whole lot of scooching my lower body. So
Yeah, please think about what you're going to say.
there was an uncomfortable amount of pressure.
So your little snoochy booch got a little oochie booch.
My scrotum was being crushed, is what I'm trying to get at. So
Scrotal recall.
So
They
the
ran
problem,
away.
it was the moving back and forth, and it was like being near the front of the pad. No, it wasn't getting turned on or anything else like this. But I have an unfortunate side effect of being well testicled.
That just means you have a hernia.
I have no. It's like, no. I just as the wife says, you got big balls. I'm like, okay, thank you. There's much fortitude in my testicular area.
Yeah.
In the very literal sense. So, in
So
laying
have that
there,
looked at, that means you could have a massive hernia.
no, they're just big.
Sure.
No, I don't have a hernia. I've been checked. It's like I've had to have.
My mother had me tested.
No, well, yes, but like because I had a major hernia when I was a child, so I had like a ridiculous hernia when I was
Yeah.
a child. They had to fix it, or actually, no, they never fixed it. But that is not what I currently have. I do not have a hernia. I have physicals every year to confirm otherwise.
Yeah.
No, I just have large testicles, unfortunately. So, in the problem with traction is your body moves just enough, but with your legs just ever so slightly apart and being pulled like this.
Oh,
So something stayed stationary, other things did not.
Been there.
Yeah.
Motorcycle. Wind up sitting on them.
Yeah. I sit on them often, but I'm laying face down.
I was out on the ride with my surrogate sister. She's in her 60s.
Yeah.
And we hit a stop sign. So I stand up and start wiggling around trying to get readjusted.
Get them loose, yeah.
And she said, Hefe, what are you doing? I said, I'm sitting on my nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
And she said, well, you're sharing too much.
So Jessica shared too much, apparently a problem that she has that nobody else does.
Sitting on hers.
Well, she has, yes.
Better sitting on yours.
So she said, no, she does not sit on balls. Unfortunately, she is well endowed below in the same manner of having too much meat. Too many flaps, unfortunately.
La 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 la
Look,
la.
she said it in front of y'all. She said it to the crowd. It's fine. But she does.
I missed that.
I don't know how you did. Oh, that must have been when you were shotgunning beers.
Drinking.
Yes. So none of the other females at the table understood the problem. So it's like, okay, we're just going to move on from this subject.
So how about them local sports teams?
Yes. How about sports ball? Yeah, we learned all about sports ball Thursday. But either way, the point is, like, we have a similar problem where, much like you sit on your balls and I sit on my balls sometimes, she
sits on the roast beef.
She has some roast beef.
Oh
stickage.
no!
I'm sorry, my friend. This is an unfortunate side effect for a lot of women. Ladies, if you're listening and you have a similar pinching problem,
He's a misogynist.
Look, I care about your vaginal health.
I didn't want to hear it. My
Dude,
virgin ears.
If you have a problem with your vaginal lips being pinched by your clothing when you sit, let us know in the comments down below.
Wear less denim.
I don't know if it's a denim problem. It could be a panty problem. I'm not sure. You know,
Or a lack of panty problem.
that is definitely not a problem that we have in this house.
Ah.
We believe in panties here.
You have yours. She has.
It's true. It's true. Nope,
freeing.
not sharing that story. Nope, not sharing that story. That is an embarrassing childhood story. If you would like me to share an embarrassing childhood story, subscribe to the Patreon where you will hear this story. So
that's one of the worst feelings in the world.
So for everybody who missed the embarrassing story, go listen to the Patreon. I will continue on from this point. Road rash on my inner thighs. Hot. Hold on. But
you end up walking like John Wayne.
Yes. So, and it was specifically from the boxers I was wearing because they had a really hard seam on the inside. And it was literally just like, But here's the other problem. Here's the other thing. You know what I do for a living?
And I used to do the same thing.
So
but in a smaller truck.
The upholstery of said vehicle at one point was kind of a tweed situation. And then they said, well, that's not waterproof enough, so we need something that can repel water effectively. So they went with hardcore canvas.
Oh.
Like tent material.
Yeah.
Do you know what that does to one's scrotum on a hot summer day?
I've never sat on it bare.
Not bare. I have legitimately had my legs and or scrotal area essentially sandpapered by this because getting in and out of a seat a few hundred times a day.
Well, now they that anti-mucky butt powder is your friend. There's also a lidocaine anti-chafing.
Look, we learned about lidocaine on Saturday.
No, this is an anti-chafing cream. And
I know,
it works
but
beautifully.
Well, here's the thing. Ever since switching to boxer briefs, I no longer chafe that way. It was only those kind of They were actual. To be fair, those were actual boxers, not boxer briefs. But here's the crazy part. The friction of said canvas seats did not wear through my work shorts or work pants. Mm-hmm. It did, however, work through my boxers. So the friction somehow transferred through material.
Well, that's because those work pants are like indestructible.
But they sure as hell aren't.
Really?
I've found the tension breaking point of the crotchetal material.
Oh, squats.
Yeah.
You're left in the breeze, aren't you?
Yep. Thank God I was near home.
Not so much knees as something else.
I was close to home, so I actually went home and picked up another pair of shorts. But the crazy part was, in fact, that my underwear at an alarming rate was wearing through directly below my scrotal area. In fact, chodal area.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like right there in your chud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The pinch point.
Yeah.
Going back to that. So, but yeah, that is funny that, underwear problems. So once again, guys, if you want the embarrassing story, go over to the Patreon to hear what I said while you were gone.
Right.
It's going to be one of those episodes where I'm going to purposely insert little things here and there. Like,
because if we don't have anything to talk about, we're just going to overshare.
I mean, like, if you really want to hear what we think about women.
I like them. They're soft.
I'm just kidding. There was no actual extra.
They smell good.
Most of the time.
Mine smells good.
Yeah. Very, very inoffensive.
Yeah.
By the way, I did have to warn Jessica Saturday night. I was like, hey, look, Jeff bought the same cologne as me, so don't be all sniffing up on him.
Well, Chad has the same.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder she was so comfy. She just was surrounded by me.
Well, it was sitting there by his computer.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. I didn't exactly look around.
Your food.
Well, no, it's a new person's house. I don't just go explore.
Yeah. Well, I saw that bottle. I was like, that looks familiar.
Yeah, we all ended up with the same fucking thing. Maybe Chad listens.
What? Wait, do you have Nautica too?
No, I don't have Nautica, unfortunately.
I like it. It's nice.
It's
half the price.
No, I had Manscaped. I had the Manscaped cologne.
Uh-oh.
Why?
I've never smelled it.
Well, I like it. I liked it a lot.
Reminds you of Curve from high school?
The ball deodorant that I've got in there, just give it a whiff.
Nope.
No, I mean,
nope.
It does not have an application. You put it in your hand and apply it.
I thought it was a roll-on.
No, that would be useful, but no, it's that.
Nope, not smelling that.
Just go smell that. That's what all Manscaped products smell like.
Okay.
So I like the smell, whatever it is. And the ball deodorant kind of works unless you're an incredibly sweaty person, in which case you just smell like that and sweat. It's not an antiperspirant. It's
Buddy
just
of mine, he'd get to sweat and he'd smell like a rabid mule.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awful.
Speaking of which, how about we survey the audience and find out what scents they like?
Right.
So, if you are a dude who uses some type...
Top 3 colognes. What's your favorites?
So put your top 3 colognes that either you use or that your wife wishes you would use.
Yeah.
Whichever way works.
What's your top 3?
Yeah, go with your top 3 scents for
Go ahead.
yourself. And include. Oh, you're asking me now.
Yeah, do it.
Are we including deodorants?
No, colognes.
Well, I don't really wear cologne. I usually go by deodorant smells.
Really?
Yeah, because I never bothered with cologne until Jessica made me wear cologne. Because I wore potent deodorant.
See, I wear cologne for me
Yeah. Well, it's not for other people.
because I like to smell good.
But you don't smell you.
But I'm a large mammal friend. and
Yes, but I'm saying like
as
you
a,
don't
as a
smell
resident
you.
of Southeast Texas, we have to try hard not to stink.
Well, that is true. So, actual colognes. I definitely liked Dracar Noir back in the day.
Okay.
100%. That was a pretty. I mean, it was very ubiquitous. I do like the current thing, whatever it's called. Graphite. I want to say cobalt, but that's wrong mineral. And then, if I'm going to go very cliche, Cool Water.
Okay, that is very high, junior high.
Yes, but I mean that's the only time.
It was either that or Curve.
See, I never liked Curve.
Really?
Like, not for me. Like, well, because everybody's body chemistry is different, so therefore you got to find something that works.
Well, that's an unisex.
And I don't know what it was, but I lost a couple of shirts to certain types of cologne.
Really?
Because it reacted with my sweat and bleached the shirt.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I was pissed because I only wore those shirts twice.
I've got a solid top 3. Number 1 is Diesel.
Well, okay.
The bottle looks like a fist with like
Yeah,
brass
yeah,
knuckles
yeah.
on it.
I know of it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Then the
Okay,
Nautica, and then
Nautica.
Graphite by Bath and Body Works.
Yeah,
Those are my top 3 right now.
Well, yeah, because you know that one now.
Well, that's why I ordered. I smelled yours and went, "Ooh, I must order."
And
What's weird, Amy doesn't like it.
That makes sense. I mean, Jessica bought that because she liked it for me.
Yeah.
And I told her, pick something that you think I would smell good in. But for myself, I'm going with deodorant because I do prefer that as my base scent. There's a lot in the Old Spice range that I like. Like right now, I'm using the Old Spice Sweat Defense.
I go cheap Degree
Swagger.
because it doesn't react, it doesn't stick, it
See,
doesn't bind.
no, for me, Degree was the opposite. Degree caused more problems. Where I've had almost zero issues with caking or any problems like that with the one I said.
Okay.
But I think it's a Swagger is the one I tend. It's a Sweat Defense Swagger.
Because I don't even pick. If it's on sale and it's Degree, I'm buying it.
See, I look because I didn't realize for the longest time I wasn't wearing antiperspirant. I was just wearing deodorant.
You cover up the smell instead of stopping it.
Yeah, and I sweated so goddamn much because that's also when I was thinner and more active, so I was sweating
But
significantly
then these
more.
days that it goes here and under the flap and
Yep. So I have to be more conscious when washing. Guys, wash the areas that you forget to wash.
Yep.
Because for the love of God.
be clean, smell good.
Yeah. I mean, I only actively started washing my butt last year. Most of the time I was just let the water and
Are you
soap
one of
run
those
down.
people that don't wash their legs either?
I rarely wash my legs. Like when I feel like I should, I do.
See, I've got a whole ritual, top to bottom. I got one of those mitts you put the soap in,
Okay. Jessica has one of those.
and I do everything I can with one hand, and then switch over and do everything else.
Yeah. So I got to tell another foot and mouth
Story time.
This is a foot and mouth story, but you'll understand what I mean when I say it. So this was a fight that Jessica and I had.
No,
Didn't start out as a fight. It became a fight because of the comment I made. So this is back when we lived at our old place that only had one bathroom, one shower. So we would shower together, either for conservation or for fun purposes. Yeah. And of course, if we're in the same shower, you got somebody to wash your back.
You're also one of y'all's also cold.
Yes, that was me. Well, actually, at our first apartment, I stood under the shower head most of the time. But also, that water heater was absurdly hot.
Yeah.
But we didn't stay there very long. That's the one that flooded. Either way. So we're showering together, and she wants me to wash her back. So she hands me her loofah thing, and I soap it up. And I make the comment that it's kind of like washing a car with a wash mitt.
You're an idiot.
But I meant in the literal sense of what was going on. She took it as she's fat as a car.
You're an idiot. Yeah.
So
I'm dumb, but I'll never say something like that.
I didn't think that much of it. It clearly hurt her feelings.
No shit.
It took a really long time.
My baby Buick.
Yeah. It took a really long time for her to get over that.
My sweet Sebring.
Yes. But as you just mentioned that you use a wash mitt, she recently got a wash mitt. I forget where, but it doesn't matter. And yesterday, she was showering for church. I go in there. I forgot what I was going in there for. And because we use separate bathrooms. Because that way we get our own hair and our own thing and we can't complain.
Yeah.
Plus, we both weigh so much, I wouldn't trust these showers to survive because they're just fiberglass showers. Together, we'd probably accidentally break one. Unfortunate. But she has the wash mitt on. And I was like, don't ask me to wash your back. Don't ask me to wash your back. Don't ask me. I'm literally like having the same thought.
It's like washing a scooter.
It's like literally like put on the wash mitt, soap it up, and then scrub the, no pun intended, body panel. It's like, you're not as fat as a car. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's the same fucking physical motion and action as washing the body panel of a car. I just likened it to those things. Like, this is how people know that I'm just as honest as can be. Because I have no filter. I don't stop to think of the shit I shouldn't say. Especially around her, because like
you're hugging up on her. You're warm and soft like mashed potatoes.
Yes, because she's my one. So if there's anyone I don't filter myself for, it's her. So, but it's like, obviously, it's like I can be incredibly offensive and mean on purpose.
It's like washing a car.
Yeah. And I said it in not a mean way. I said it in an observational way.
Started to do the good feathers on you.
Yes. And so like that was just the thought when you said wash mitt. I'm like, she has a wash mitt now. I'm like, nope, I'm never gonna do it because fuck me.
You said mitt.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's like, guys, along with all the other stuff, if you don't feel like putting in your top 3 cents, put in or send us a voicemail. Better yet, send us a voicemail on wrong one, on the Now You Made It Awkward Facebook page. Go send us a voicemail in the messenger and tell us your most embarrassing foot in mouth with your spouse thing, because it could also
spouse, significant other.
Well, I throw them all into
benefits,
a bucket.
Whatever.
Well, the reason I say spouse is because you're less likely to lose it over your foot in mouth syndrome.
True.
Because in theory, if I said that if we were just dating and I said that shit before we lived together, she probably would have been gone. When I say it took a long time for her to get over it, I don't mean that night.
No.
I mean weeks. Weeks.
Poor baby. It looks like you got hail damage.
Look, those are chicken pox scars.
I was talking more the cellulite.
That's mean. Don't talk about my wife's cellulite, you asshole.
I said,
how dare you? How dare you? Also, we're coming across really hot today. I'm going to drop that down a little. There we go.
I'm glad she doesn't listen to this.
Yeah. You and me both. You and me both. I got to remember to charge that thing for tonight. I need all my reference material for tonight. Yeah, so I'm leading the church group tonight.
Nice. Leading them where?
At the coffee shop. So I'm in charge of the men's group tonight. I've been sent all the materials, so I have to study up beforehand. I'm good at a short study. If I were to do that shit this morning after doing all this and drinking and empanadas, I'd be completely lost. So after you leave, which we'll wrap up here in a little bit, probably won't go super long this episode.
Right.
This has also covered most of our big things. Because we were going to go see the Civil War movie. We just couldn't manage it yesterday. I didn't
Somebody
have time.
was sleepy.
Yeah, that was part of it. Yeah. So after recovering from Saturday night
I
and
woke
going
up,
to church,
I threatened to take my giant 1,000 milligram edible and just sleep all day, but I didn't.
I thought you would have done it anyways.
I didn't.
Also, that's a lot.
It is.
That's a lot.
It is. I usually take a 250 and I'm out till the next afternoon.
Yeah, I don't think you should take one of those.
I want to. I know I'm going to wake up to all my dogs piled on top of me, making sure I don't float away.
I mean, you might be dead.
No.
Wear your CPAP.
Yes.
Make sure you don't fucking die, because that might be a little much.
Speaking of that, I just ordered one of those mouthpieces that's supposed to keep you from snoring.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, because you and Jessica were talking about it the other night.
If it works,
yeah,
I'll turn you on to it.
Well, I don't need it. I have a CPAP.
But if it works, I'm thinking more for camping, for taking a nap at work or before work.
Well, I don't nap at work.
But I can.
You can. Well, no, I mean, I've seen a lot of those mouthpieces, and I know referring to...
What they're supposed to do is take your bottom jaw and move it forward a little bit.
Oh, I need that anyways.
And that keeps your tongue from sliding back.
So
it has a mechanical adjustment in it.
Yeah. So how does it work other than pushing on your teeth?
I'll let you know when I get it in.
It's gonna have to push from the inside of your teeth.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Because
I think it locks and uses your upper jaw as a lever.
Yeah.
And moves the bottom forward.
Actually, I might want that because my biggest issue with my CPAP is I have a bad underbite.
I paid, it was $60-something.
Too much.
Well, listen, it was for a Fitbit to track your sleep.
Oh, okay.
And the mouthpiece.
Okay, cool. Then that's worth it. Because for me,
because I've got my smart watch.
Yeah.
Which isn't comfortable at night.
Yeah, we talked about that the other week.
But then the Fitbit, I'm going to try only wearing at night. Track my sleep.
Just swap it out. Yeah. Or put it on the other wrist. That way you don't mess with that way you don't mess with the sensation of your watch.
Yeah.
So put the Fitbit on the other hand.
I never wear my watch, so.
Well,
I pretty much quit wearing a watch when I stopped working at the sheriff's
but
department.
you said smartwatch.
It is, and I wear it like once a week.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Yeah, I know.
So, but what I was saying,
Probably just going to end up wiping it and giving it to my boy. Like a truck.
Very small truck. But no, what I was saying is for me, I have like a really bad overbite, and my braces attempted to fix this back in the day. I actually had to wear the headgear, all that shit, because I had a 9mm overbite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think they only got it down to like 6 before I gave up. And the problem I have is that my bottom jaw is so far back that I lose contact with the mask. So I have to have it cranked down so it's like super tight on my bridge of my nose.
And if it comes off, it can easily break seal. And so it shoves air right into your eyes.
Yeah. So it's either blasting out into my eyes or blasting out.
I'm going to give this a try for a few nights. Yeah. And if it works, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah. Because I've seen the things. I didn't think
Joe Rogan was talking about it.
Yeah. Because I've seen that for just people who snore.
It's called Z-Comfort, I think.
Z-Comfort?
Yeah.
Okay. Z-Comfort.
But I'll definitely send you a link if they work.
Yeah. Because I know certain people like, say like Tom Segura, he has a problem with sleeping with his mouth open and snoring.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have apnea, but he has mouth tape.
But
for that
reason. Who was talking about mouth tape? It was one of the people I watched that do the Mace Bell workouts, and he uses the mouth tape.
Not sure. I know a lot of athletes do it. Because
I couldn't do that. I'd die.
Well, the cool thing is it doesn't repair out.
Well, my sinuses.
Yeah.
They'd clog up and I'd die.
Well, if you had if you have a nasal only CPAP, maybe. Because you already got a mouth thingy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So this is the problem. Like for me, Jessica keeps like, or even you were offering the other things. I'm like, problem is I tried every option of a current CPAP model mask. And I couldn't do nose only with my mouth. It's
because it goes into your nose and out your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also the fact I felt like I was drowning when it was
right.
And my sinuses are wonky all the time, so I couldn't just do that. So I think if I get that mouth thingy like you're talking about, and it will help hold my mouth in the right position.
Well, here's hoping it works, because some nights I crash at the apartment. Some nights I go camping. Some nights I want to take a nap in the truck just because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And it'd be great to have that with me. Instead of having to rely on my CPAP and dragging it everywhere.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it would free me up to do a lot more camping and be more less tied to a power source.
Yeah. Well, you could always run a pipe from the exhaust to act like a CPAP. And you just run
I
the
would
truck
sleep forever.
I mean, it'd be a good nap. Take that 1,000 milligram.
Like dart nap.
Yeah. Well, run it from the AC vent instead. Then I guess. So
Thank you.
Like literally just have a pipe running from the AC vent to your face. Somebody walks up. What the fuck?
Over a pot of water.
Yeah, over a pot. It was like he's just literally sucking on his truck. I was like, what is this? Makeshift CPAP, bitch. Shut up.
Right.
Mind your business.
Southern ingenuity. Go away.
I mean, they could do that for mobile homes. That'd be funny. I mean, like, I hate wearing the thing, but I know I technically have slept better with it.
Yeah.
And it sucks ass.
6 hours of sleep with that thing versus 10 hours of sleep without. There's no comparison.
Well, so Saturday after coming home, I don't like, especially coming home at midnight knowing I'm getting up at 7. And I'm just like,
That's why we only do that once a month or so.
Yeah. But it's just like, I don't wear it because I only have to, I could technically take off every weekend from wearing it and be in compliance because I have to be 70%.
Yeah. What happens if you don't?
Then you have the problem I currently have where my DOT is only allowable for 3 months at a time.
Oh, okay.
And that is massively inconvenient because now I have to go back by the end of the month. And I have to prove how much I've worn it in the last 90 days.
That was the problem I had with Maverick because I would take off. I'd go camping. I'd be home for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Off the road, and I'd be away from the truck. I'd be away from the house. I'd be on the bike gone.
Yeah.
And they'd call me, well, why aren't you using CPAP?
Fucks
I
up your
said, well,
numbers.
guess where I've been? Let me tell you about my weekend. Where I've been sleeping. Side of the road in a tent, you know?
I just realized I don't think I'll fix it later. The cameras are uneven.
Okay.
Like, I need to fix it. It's over here that needs to be fixed, not the cameras themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. On screen. It's only a problem for the people on Patreon who are watching. But it's hard to tell. So the dividing line looks like it's in the middle, but it's not. I'm sleeping a lot over there.
Oh, I am sleepy.
Too much beer.
No, not enough sleep.
That's empanadas.
Well, I went to bed at 7 and woke up at 11.
Yeah, it's a nap. I mean, you could have slept till 1.
But then I wouldn't have had empanadas.
You'd had cold empanadas.
Exactly.
Actually, I did need your help getting the empanadas finished.
You said empanadas, so I made sure I was going to be here.
And you brought jerky.
I did bring jerky, which we're probably still chewing on.
I'm glad you didn't bring it in here because we'd had no podcast. We'd just be sitting there chewing. Like nothing to see here, people. Just jerky.
I'll be sure to leave you some.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, no, don't leave it too close to Jessica though. But I might take it to the guys tonight.
Take it to the guys; they'll enjoy.
Yeah, leave me a
Just
few.
keep the whole bag. If you're gonna take it to the guys,
Okay. I don't know how many guys will be there, but I'll bring it. They're not getting empanadas.
no, they can have jerky.
They don't deserve empanadas.
Here, eat this; it'll last longer.
Yeah. Don't talk. Just eat this. Just chew on this for a while.
And let us yum yum.
Dude, we got coffee. So after church yesterday, we went to Coffee Numpong.
You like coffee numpong?
Yeah, we like them there. Plus, that's our hangout. We like the coffee. The food's okay usually.
Do they have boba?
Yeah, of course.
I may have to join you one day.
They got all the teas.
I like boba.
Well, since we no longer do breakfast because we're doing church, we went there to get coffee. So let me start how Sunday went because I knew I was coming in to help set up for Sunday at church, right? I like how you're just relaxing now. So we set up for
I end up holding it.
except for the fact that the thing is now directly in front of the camera and almost in front of your face. There you go. That's better. At least it's off to one side. So either way, we know we need to be there early for setup, right? So we thought 9:30 was the agreement. Then I got a message saying 9:15. I was like,
Uh-oh. Hurry up.
it's like 8:45. I was like, and we're still barely getting ready. So now we don't have time to stop for coffee.
No numpong.
Yeah. So we haul ass over there. I did not know that they were bringing in the entirely new system to the church.
Okay.
So we're renting a community center, and we're using the pre-existing travel equipment. So for audio and visual. Sleepy Jeffy.
It is.
So I didn't know all that. I didn't know that's what we were doing. I was out of the loop. So I came in early to help set up chairs and everything else like that because that's the committee I was assigned to was chair duty, which I'm fine with.
Sit duty.
Yes. So then they said, hey, by the way, this is the new system. You're going to need to learn it because at the other building we were using, I said I would help them because I had nobody else to run
That's
stuff.
funny. Luke helps us sound at the church he goes to.
Yeah. Well, I used to do it back in the day at my old church. You know, I ran the sounds and the lights and all that stuff for...
See, I did the praise band thing instead of running sound.
Yeah.
I was vocals and rhythm guitar.
Well, I can't sing that good, so I'm not going to subject myself to such things. We have children for that.
But you got to sing from your heart. You got to be joyful.
Yes, but we have children for that. So all new sound setup, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, so luckily the guy who does it for the other church, the sending church, was there to at least show me the ropes because I'd never even seen this board before,
Right.
or any of the setup. I'm like, okay, so that. I was like, okay, nothing's labeled, so we'll have to do that in the future. You know, who's on what channel, what microphone's on what channel, that kind of shit. Because on 2 of the handheld mics, the girls kept switching them, and they were very differently EQ'd. And like, okay, pick up the same fucking mic. It's like, because we had one of them really knows how to belt, and the other one's very quiet and very different voice types. So we had to keep messing with it every time.
So why were they switching?
Because they would stop singing, set the mics down, and then go sit down, and then come back up to sing the next song.
They were doing it on purpose.
No, they
had to be.
No, they just set them down on the stand and just didn't bother.
Okay.
And then after the fact, when we were putting everything away, we discovered that in the box with the wireless mics are like color coded things that also will help them roll away from rolling away.
Right.
And they're like, that's great, except we need to know which one's which on the receiving end. So we still have to mark it one way or the other. So this next week, I've got multicolored. Like you see how these are all color coded.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing there. So that way, at a glance, I know who's doing what. If I'm going to be running the sound system, I didn't know I was going to be doing that. I mean, I'm willing to help, but I also can't guarantee I'm going to be there every Sunday. You know, there might be a few Sundays where we're just not going to come in, or we got something else to do, or whatever. It's like, I said I would help in a pinch. I didn't say I'd do it all the time, always.
When they hear help, that's all they hear.
Yes, I know. So I don't want to be mean about it. I do want to help out, and I definitely want to make sure other people know how to do the job.
Right.
So that it's not just me. Also, like, and I'm not against it. I wasn't being antagonistic. I did want to learn, although because that was sprung on me, I now couldn't sit with Jessica for church. So she's sitting by herself, and then I'm back there learning the ropes, as it were.
Why didn't she sit back there with you?
Because there was no room at that point. But in the future, I'll see that either she sits with somebody that she can hang out with, because it's not like she doesn't know everybody who was there. We're a really small congregation right now, which I already have to plan ahead for next week on that because we put out double the amount of chairs we needed. So I'm going to work on the chair economy.
Scale that back.
Way back. May even reorganize the room because if we don't have that much room to take up, there's no reason to take
just
up
do
all
a little
of it.
small semicircle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Either way, I'm not in charge of such things, but I might take charge of such things. So that's not a complaint. That's just talking about the thing. The real complaint was going to get coffee after the fact. We didn't play cards or anything like that, but we just got our coffee. We talked to the girls who work there because we're getting to know them because we go there every fucking week, right? And then we go to Burger Fresh. So we did Burger Fresh for lunch instead of breakfast. So next time I'll give you a heads up.
I like burgers.
Yes, so I will give you a heads up. So she actually got the chicken fried sandwich.
Oh, but that's good.
So chicken fried chicken sandwich,
Good
which
stuff, good
I don't
stuff.
even know how the hell.
Amy will be down for that.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell they got there's no way it was one chicken breast. That had to have been multiple chicken.
Depends
It
on
was
how
huge.
thin you can pound them.
It was not that thin.
I've picked up chicken breasts from the store that were huge.
Yeah, me too.
And I went to pounding. They were still that thick, and they took up an entire plate.
Yeah, so that must have been one of those jumbo chicken breasts, probably butterflied and smashed flat, because it was
Or just
way
smashed flat.
Yeah, because it was way past the bun.
Yeah.
She only ate half of it before we came home.
And
we
that's
got
easy
onion
to do
rings.
with the chicken breast.
Yes, it is.
I've had some that I kid you not, that big.
Yeah.
That
was
that
what
big professional grade skillet I have.
Yes.
Took up the whole thing.
Have you seen that they posted either? I think it was last week that they now do the jumbo chicken fried steaks.
Oh yes, I'm in.
Yeah.
I like me some chicken fried steaks.
Yeah, and I think it's for like $20 for the whole plate.
I may be heading there for dinner.
So that's what she originally wanted. She's like, we can split that. I was like, because we stayed late at church to
Actually, bringing it home. Yes.
Yeah. So we did we stayed late. That's one reason why I had to cancel the movie yesterday. We ended up staying late to look into a program that they're doing. We didn't sign on for anything. We just wanted to see what was going on. Plus, I was staying late to...
It's not something anonymous, is it?
Huh? No.
Okay, good.
No. This is about being involved directly with the church. Not just helping out or being a parishioner. I didn't want to get in too deep into it because there's a contract to sign and shit. So
oh, Lord, like deacon?
Not quite.
Okay.
There's levels. So the thing is, we stayed there for the whole spiel, but also realized we were running out of time because our time zone is only for so long, and we were already running late. Service went like 20 minutes over, so then everything else was starting to go 20 minutes over. So we're already speeding through the spiel, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like,
parking lot.
I'm gonna start picking up the rest of these chairs that nobody's sitting in while he's still talking,
right?
Because it's one dude is like closing everything down and putting it all away himself because I was supposed to help him do that, but then I got wrangled into doing this instead. It's like, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to start picking up chairs because I can listen and still do the thing, but she's got the actual paperwork in front of her to read and all this stuff. So it is what it is. It's like, I got no problem working with the church, being a part of the church. I don't know how much I want to sign on to
lead
that
the church
to that particular kind of program. Like, it's one thing for me to fill in here and there. It's one thing for me to do a job, like the sound system stuff. Like, I'm not signing on to do that 100% all the time. I need them to find a sound guy, because if I do that job, I'm not paying any attention to except to what the job I'm doing, which takes away from my connection to the church. And I talked about this with the pastor, and I said, it's like, I got no problem helping y'all out.
Oh, I get that mentality where you're coming from, because I worked with the Crichton Players, downtown. Yeah, and for a couple shows when my wife was in the chorus, I ran follow spot. And when you're running follow spot, you don't pay attention to the play at all. You wait for your next cue and you make sure you hit your marks and go. So I don't remember anything from any of the plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that I used to do when I ran the...
All I know is one of the guys that was running sound with us, or the rest of the lights, he loved making me laugh when I was right in the middle of the follow spot bit. Because he knew to keep it steady, I'd lean that thing against my chest and I'd move with it. So he'd get me to laugh and the whole light would just be shaking.
Oh, so you mean literal the spotlight.
The spotlight, follow spot.
When you said follow spot, I didn't know.
The director at the first one I did said, does anybody have any experience running a spotlight? I've been hunting most of my life. And
I can point a light at things.
She said, okay, we'll give it a shot. Into practice, she says, are you sure you've never done this before? I said, nope.
No, but I can hyper focus on a thing that you tell me to point a light at.
She said, okay, well, you're doing it.
I was good at freeze tag.
It was a lot of fun, though. We'd hit intermission during rehearsal or during a show.
Yeah.
And I'd haul butt across to the Red Brick Tavern, have a shot and a beer, and haul butt back.
Yeah, because Crichton Theater's right around the corner. So it's kind of like the same thing, like having any kind of production assistant. Like, if we get to the point where there's 3 of us in here doing the thing, I'm not going to have the focus to push the buttons. So we're going to need somebody else to push the buttons to maintain the cameras.
Yeah.
That person should be focused on specifically maintaining the cameras, watching our audio levels, and looking things up. So if you watch Joe Rogan, basically Jamie's job.
Yeah.
Or anybody in the booth boys for like YMH or something like that. It's like, we're nowhere near that level, but if we get 3 people in here to do a thing, which, by the way, I might have a guest coming in next week, possibly.
Sweet.
On a Thursday. Could you do a Thursday afternoon?
I can do a Thursday.
Okay, so might pull that off next week.
You want to double up and get ahead?
We're already ahead. We can probably take off a Monday.
Okay.
So you can have a whole Monday to sleep.
That'd be wonderful.
Yes. So I will make sure that that's what's going to happen. Because also I mentioned that.
And if it falls through, we can show up and record Thursday anyway.
Regardless, yes. Or any other day. But she's available on Thursdays.
Okay.
Easiest. So she wants to come in on the podcast. She actually wants to come. I didn't have to invite her.
We can move to Thursdays if things work out. Mesh.
Thursdays won't work for me on a normal. So Monday's the easiest for me to manage. But that was just
you're off.
Yes, she won't be a co-host. She's a guest who wants to come on. That's the difference. Yeah. So, but the other guy that I do want to come in, our Elvis impersonator, I have to find out what his schedule is currently.
I like him.
Yeah. You haven't met him yet.
I have.
Did you?
You introduced me twice.
Oh, at that one. Yeah, that one.
You've introduced me twice.
Night, yes. That one trivia night that he came in. Yeah, for sure. But either way, so I want him to come in and talk about his story and stuff like that as a guest. So, I was like, I don't just want another co-host, but I do want some guests to come in here occasionally and get some people in. Also, we could technically swing people who can come in via the internet. It's a little bit weirder because I'll have to turn the screen so you can see the person.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And I have to figure out how to make these cameras go through to that person, but I don't know how we'll figure that.
That's something to figure out.
Things I got to finger. Just excuse me, because I have a feeling OBS can do that. I just don't know how to do that.
You got a feeling, huh?
Yes. Well, the good thing is OBS. There are major podcasts on the internets that do major big productions, and they just use OBS and a really good computer. It used to be you had to have a TriCaster to do that kind of shit. And that's a big-ass, very expensive machine. Now, if you have one of those, there's no reason to not use it. But if you've got a really powerful computer...
I got a beast of a computer I never use.
Yeah.
The Predator Helios gaming laptop.
Yeah.
Thing's a monster.
Yeah, this is a gaming laptop. Unfortunately, it's one of the bottom dollar ones.
It
needs more RAM. If I can add more RAM to it, I'll be golden.
I believe we can upgrade my RAM to something like 48 gigs of operating RAM.
That'd be absurd.
Or 64 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're going to upgrade the memory as well.
Yeah. I mean, I got what I could afford, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got mine from Cons. It was like $1,300 laptop.
I got this from Best Buy. This was $1,300.
I almost wish I would have gotten the Surface Pro though. No,
I'm wrong. This was not $1,300. I got this one was discounted to $11. The next one, the one that I went in to look at, was $13.
Yeah,
but they sold me on this one, and I'm like, I'll take it. It's fine. But I miss my old laptop, which is in here.
I like my Predator. It's got a mode where it starts heating up.
Yeah,
you can hit the turbo mode, and everything's maxed out with the fans.
Yeah, definitely. Because I wanted a gaming PC to do this, but this. I couldn't afford the PC.
Well, that's the whole reason I got that, so I can start editing YouTube videos and stuff in the future and all that, so I wouldn't have to upgrade later.
By the way, sign up for the Patreon so that I can afford a better computer, so I can do a lot more here. Because we're going bare bones here. We got gaming computer. I've got frickin' a whole bunch of cell phones for camera purposes here.
We need to look into establishing a P.O. box so people can send us things to try.
We don't have P.O. box money.
I may.
But I thought about doing that for people would bring me stuff to review or send me stuff to review. But for this, I don't think there's
get an account at Specs, send us liquors to reviews.
Well, I don't want this to turn into that kind of show.
Why not?
Because that's a completely different format.
Well, we do it like once a month.
Because I don't want to change the format. I'm okay with extra content, but I don't need extra format. Because don't need to change the entire format of the show. Because people hate it when that happens. It's I know we've already changed the vibe a bit. Doing this, we don't really do the same structure like we used to, but it is what it is.
We'll find our structure again.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to change the entire vibe of the show. It's fine for us to go do the extra videos, which, by the way, go watch our extra videos because we did 2 of them today.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
All that. Yes, I'll do like, comment, subscribe to wherever it is that you watch us on the internet or listen to us on the internet, and then rate us 5 stars or whatnot. This thing doesn't have feet on it. I thought it did. We have coasters. So this is how we slowly wrap up the show here, because
goofing off, bumbling around, and becoming more awkward.
Yeah, we always got to be more awkward. Which we have a new sign off just for those videos. It's not for here. We have a sign off here. So that sign off is just for when we're doing taste test or other videos. Because even if we do cooking videos, we'll do something like that. If I had prepped it right, I would have had everything set up to film as cooking empanadas.
Next time I do quesadilla, we're gonna have to video all that process.
If I'm available to do such things.
I'll have someone do it.
Yeah, it's because if I do it one way, the way I would do it is, since I have so many cameras and tripods and lights, that would be the way to go about it. But I do have a microphone that would be fine for that. It's just making sure it's operable in said locations. Also, I haven't tried any of my mics that I bought for filming in the kitchen, like the lapel mics and stuff like that. I've not tried that on this.
We need to get those going for when we do go to the farm and we do start messing around with shooting stuff and goofing off.
Those are the ones I got are Bluetooth and it's super low dollar. They may work better.
Do they have any decibel cutout? Because that might be necessary.
They have very little control, period.
Okay.
It's very much just raw audio. And actual lavalier mic setups are not cheap. They're like $200 for one.
Yeah.
So, believe me, I thought about setting that up, but it's just for something I'm not going to use that often, it's not worth my time. That's why I spent so much time and effort doing these microphone setups for this. And I stopped filming so much in the kitchen or in other locations. If I need to, I have my other mic that's in there that can connect to the phones for that purpose. So that's just what it is. But if we have the computer set up and we have cameras set up in different ways and or extra camera people, an extra set of hands to film if we're doing some other stuff, a couple stationary cams, things like that, I'm good at. I can do all that kind of stuff. It's I've learned how to do production stuff out of necessity.
Well, if we do go out and do the thing with the people from the distillery, that we need to film some stuff. Big old shoot day at the farm.
Oh
yeah.
We just brought. He's you sort of brought up that idea, but you didn't say where it was going.
Old boy Vic, he's wanting to do it.
Van,
he's wanting to do it.
Yeah, I don't know about filming it because. There's a lot of weird rules on YouTube.
There is. We won't be showing modification or altering of anything.
GunTube is a hard thing to crack into. I don't know that footage would work.
This will be more fun tube.
Yeah, I don't know if this would work here, but somewhere.
We'll figure it out.
A Heffy channel might be what to go for there. Yeah, I don't know if that fits here.
No, Hefe's hungry.
Something. Yeah, it's like we can get you set up with your own YouTubery for that, so that way you can maintain. And then that way I don't have to haul all my shit everywhere. it's like I've yet to try, but I definitely. Oh, I meant to bring it up to James yesterday because he did come to church and he did walk around. He wasn't in the wheelchair, so he had like multiple good days.
No, that's excellent. Excellent.
So he's hoping to keep that up. Apparently, after last Monday, he had a crash that was really bad. So he exerted all his energy last Monday.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it when I was just getting over being sick.
Yeah.
Just like you get hit by a truck.
Well, that's like me Sunday after church.
Yeah.
I just crashed. Normally, like, Jessica will nap.
Well, it's bad when I start dozing off on the front porch.
Yeah, I mean, you were dozing off here in the chair.
No, I wasn't.
You're yawning. Either way. I mean, no joke. I have fallen asleep in that chair while editing. Literally sitting here editing on my computer and literally fall asleep at the computer.
I'm waiting. Eventually, I'm going to have a study built, big wing backs and all that. And I guarantee there won't be nights I'll just pass out in a wing back.
I wouldn't doubt it. So either way, let's go ahead and wrap it up here since I have to go do my study session.
Yep, you got more to do than usual today.
Yeah, added to my day. I only have so many spoons.
I'm going to go get chicken wings and head home.
Go to Burger Fresh.
I could. Do I want chicken wings or chicken fried steak?
Chicken fried steak.
Probably.
I'm a bad influence. Excuse me. Although now I want to make some buffalo chicken empanadas.
That'd be good with some blue cheese.
I don't do blue cheese.
We don't do blue cheese.
I like ranch. Yeah. I can't do blue cheese after working in the pizza industry for so long.
Actually, buffalo chicken with some like Gruyere in there.
Yeah, that'll work.
That'd be nice.
That'd be good. Yeah, I gotta add some cheese to it. But anyway, so guys, like we said already, like, subscribe, do all the thingies. Write in to the email, which is
Now You Made It Awkward podcast mail.
incorrect. There's no podcast.
So Now You Made It Awkward mail.
There you go.
At
you got it right earlier, like twice. Yeah,
podcast.net.
Yeah. Now, if I could get one of those custom URLs, it would be Now You Made It Awkward at podcast.com or what at podcast.com, whatever. .podcast. There's the thing I was looking for. Forgot how to do that.
Fine. Next week I'll put a cheat sheet with all that stuff here.
It's fine. You had it right earlier without even prompting. You had it right. I pointed at you to do it. You got it wrong, but you did it fine unprompted.
Now leave me alone, damn it.
It's like fucking A. Either way, yes, you can write into the email if you want to write in big long diatribe things about whatever, like Jay used to do. We miss you, Jay.
You can also leave voicemails on the Facebook.
Leave voicemails. Go follow the Now You Made It Awkward Facebook page.
Let's hear from you. We'd love to hear your voice.
Yep. Don't just be Sean.
Good, bad, awkward.
Yep. Don't just let it only be Sean, although he does make for good content sometimes.
Even Mom, go ahead and leave something embarrassing and silly on there.
Also, give us top 5 ideas.
Top 5 ideas.
Or top 10s. Just nothing more than that because it gets too long. Dude, we did a top 5 discussion that lasted 2.5 hours. For a top 5.
That took a minute, huh?
Because Ricky doesn't know how to do top 5s. He did top 13. Like, you son of a bitch. It's top 5s. I was like, well, I can't just do top 5s. I don't follow the rules. I was like, either way. Sorry. I might edit that out. Either way. Don't need to smack talk him. He's not here, and he's had a rough go of it lately. Car accident, and his son got beat up.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, his son, I don't want to talk out of church, but he did share this publicly, that his son got into a fight, got the shit kicked out of him. I mean, I'm sure he did some damage, but he got a concussion. And it's his second concussion in like 6 months, so now he can't play baseball.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and he's still a young dude. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know the aspects around it.
Yeah.
But I know Ricky was still hurt from the car accident.
Fight harder.
Yep, fight harder. Or don't get hit in the head as much.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Duck, Bob, weave.
But for a young dude whose life was baseball to be able to say he can't play baseball the rest of the year is fairly fucking rough.
Oh, that's awful, being out a whole season.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's 2 fucking concussions.
Well, they take percussion protocol so seriously now.
They should.
My son got a concussion, and he was out for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, so bad they had to cancel games because
Yeah.
they didn't have enough people to fill out the roster because so many other people were failing.
Goddamn.
Well, it's New Waverly High School. What do you expect?
Yeah, I think this is extracurricular.
Okay.
Yeah. So either way, thoughts are with you, Ricky and family. So even though we don't talk much now, I still see all the shit. Hopefully everybody gets better and he stops getting hit in the fucking head so much. That's really goddamn bad to be. I've never had a concussion. I'm 41. Never had a concussion.
I've grayed out once.
Yeah.
I was going down the road on my motorcycle, took the windshield off of it 3 days prior, heading home 50, 60 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And a bat, flying rodent, cracks me in the orbital at speed.
Yeah.
It felt like I got kicked in the face.
You did, by
where everything grayed out, started to tunnel.
Yeah.
And it came back. I was able to get the bike shut down, stop, and to proceed to lay over my tank, laughing like a complete psycho. Lady in the house next to it, "Are you okay?" I said, "Not really." Laughing hysterically.
Blood.
No blood.
No blood.
But all I could think was, my entire life, I've been told bats are the masters of echolocation. They can fly blind because they don't need to see anything. I find the one retard in cut and shoot that cracks me on the nugget.
Well, you blame the bat, but it was your loud ass motorcycle fucked up his echolocation.
I guess, but still, that hurt.
All he could hear was your bike, so yeah, he flew towards it.
Yeah, all I remember was a flash of brown. I didn't even see the face. Just wham!
You wouldn't even see that. I've been hitting we're on a weird side tangent as we're saying bye. But like I used to have my hand out the window a lot driving, like you do, sometimes out on the mirror. And I got smacked in the hand by a giant red wasp at 60 miles an hour. That felt like I got shot.
June bugs on the bike hurt.
June bugs hurt no matter what. And it's June bug season.
A week later,
now,
after I got hit by that bat, we're at my buddy's wedding. I was cooking for his wedding, been there all night. Our other buddy, D, he's sitting there messing with me, lifting up my sunglasses, making fun of me because I got a black eye.
Yeah.
He calls me 3 days later. He said, "Hefe, karma." I said, "What do you mean karma?" He said, "As I was coming back from my friends, they're out of town. The Cardinal cut my windshield at 75 mile an hour and exploded on my chest." He sent me a picture. He looked like he was hit by a giant paintball.
Ew.
Yeah. He got home. His wife was, "What's the matter?" He said, "Karma."
I vaporized a bird on my chest. Fuck. All right. And with that,
sleep well, y'all. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Fuck. I gotta go.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.